article where
All right. More ducks. You have an echo. Ugh.
yeah, did he just say show me the article where trans kids are being targeted?
Yeah. I mean, what about all the laws, legislation? All right, you
Yeah,
can
I'm about to
unmute
say,
yourself.
what about the legislation against their mere existence or their access to healthcare?
What do you mean by access to healthcare? As in,
Gender affirming care?
sure. I mean, there's a lot of states that allow it, but my thing is,
There's a lot of
why are
states
we
that are
even
banning
giving?
it?
There's more states are banning it than allowing it.
Sure. I mean, just like that first gal was saying, where
Why do you keep blowing?
Yeah, I mean, this is a big deal. This is a big deal.
I actually looked into it.
Like, I brought my daughter to the endocrinologist the other day, and they said they can no longer treat her. So now I have to find another place in another state. That's okay with you?
I think that you should let your child grow up and then make that decision.
Why do you get to make that determination for somebody else's child?
I'm just giving her advice, but also if you can't do it, it's illegal in your
that's
state,
called
you probably shouldn't
unsolicited
do it.
advice. In addition to that, right?
What are
in
you guys
addition to
doing
that,
right now?
if we know that, you know what I'm saying, the likelihood of them wanting to unalive themselves if they don't receive the care is greater than that of which if they do receive the care, why would we take the risk with a child's life?
Well, I would love to know the statistic that shows that they are no
56%.
longer willing to
56.
commit suicide after the gender affirming care.
It's known to drop 68% if they receive gender affirming care. 68%
for the rest of their life. For the rest of their life.
Well, we don't know what else other traumas will happen in their life.
But based on that, based on them being trans and not getting support versus getting support, it drops 68%.
Yeah, but studies show that after 3 or 4 years that they feel like a lot of people have made a mistake and they still end up committing suicide. Yeah. Oh, yes. There are many studies on
Show us a source.
No, and it's
Show
really
us a source.
interesting that you
Where's
can
your
just
source?
dismiss
So mine is the
NIH.
Mine is the NIH. I can actually, the PubMed articles, I can give them to you right now. Do you want the URL? Are you going to write it down?
Oh, yeah, I'll write down the URL.
Okay. Turn your camera on so I can see it. You're not about to waste my time.
Give me a second. Turn my camera on. Let's see here. Oh, it's not letting me. There we go. All right. I'm writing it down. I'm ready.
Okay. So the National Institute of Health, mental health outcomes in transgender and non-binary youth. Okay. I can give you the exact URL. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
PubMed.ncbi.nlm.nih.gov/352-12746/. Do you need me to write it again? You need me to give it to you again?
Do after.gov.
/352-12746/. That's PubMed, mental health outcomes in transgender and non-binary youth receiving gender affirming care. The study found the conclusion is this study found that gender affirming medical were associated with lower odds of depression and suicidality. Yeah, like don't ask me for sources and think that I'm not coming with them. I got the sources, Fred.
Where'd he go? Bye. My God, I have so so many requests.
Yeah, there's Forbes magazines about this. There's a Forbes magazine article about this. There's a Harvard study done on this. University of Washington did a study on this. Journal of Adolescent Health did a study on this. Like, don't ask me for sources, you know what I'm saying, and things I don't have them. Oh, you want me to turn my camera on? I got you. Hold on a second. Sorry, I didn't have it on earlier. I was getting dressed.
Okay.
Hi.
Jason,
What?
did you connect? I can't see you.
Hello.
Hello, I can hear you. That's weird.
Hello.
Hello.
Camera's messing up, I guess. But no, there is a book, but schools are taking it out. The book is called "It's Perfect Normal,"
You're like breaking up really bad.
and it shows. Okay, can you hear me now?
Hey, Reggie.
Maybe try to
Hello?
talk again. Yeah, I think it's better.
Okay. Okay, there is a book. It's called "It's Perfectly Normal," that is for kids 10 and up, and it's talking about all kinds of sexual positions, and it's talking.
What?
It shows
It's called
actual.
what? It's called what?
It's perfectly normal. It shows grown adults as old people, young people, middle-aged people, naked in the book, and it shows a man and a man, a woman and a woman, and a man and woman. And
I'm looking at the actual book right now. And no, it's not what it shows. Matter of fact, here, do you guys want me to put it on the screen for you?
Yes.
okay,
Hold on one second. Hey, you want to make me the big screen, man?
Sure. Just looking for Abby said she's in the box. I don't see her.
Cool. Hold on a second. Let me turn my camera around. Okay. Here we go. So this is the book
Oh,
right here. This is the book. It's perfectly normal, right?
it's
So-
not going to show.
Yeah, it shows, but none of what you said that it shows does it show. Those were all just men and women. That's the whole screen. It
Go
shows
back
the-
down. You can see it.
Huh?
You passed it up. There's a man and a woman and a woman and a
No,
woman.
those are all men. Those are all male and
it's not.
man and woman. All three of those pictures are man and woman. Oh no, you're right. The last one is a man and a man. But is it not perfectly normal?
It's not normal for a 10-year-old to be getting told how a man's and what a woman's.
You can take me off now.
I'm being.
a what?
It
What?
says in the book, if you read, it talks about
You're
how
breaking
a
up.
woman, when she gets aroused, it
How she
talks
gets
about a woman when she gets aroused, what happens, and it's talking about a man, and it's talking
Why
about
shouldn't people know
his
these
what
things?
happens.
Why
A
should people
10-year-old
know these
shouldn't
things?
be knowing that.
Who said
Why
it's
shouldn't they?
10-year-old?
It shouldn't be in the library for 10-year-olds.
What's the age on that?
10 plus.
Is it 10 plus? Mr. Jones, can you see the age on that book?
I'm sorry. What's the age requirement? I mean, what's the age
recommendations? Yeah.
recommendation on that book? Yeah, no problem. Hold on one second. $13 years old.
13, not 10.
Hold on.
What's the book called?
It was written in 1994, and just so you know, it was written in 1994. 1994. It was updated as of 2014. And again, like I said, why are we so concerned? Like we allow children to watch things that are heteronormative all of the time. We allow them to watch Disney movies where sleeping children are kissed by princes and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Without consent and so on and so forth. And you're like, oh, no problem with that. We put them in child pageants. Nobody sees a problem with them wearing all that makeup and dressing, you know what I'm saying, what you guys would consider inappropriately any other time. You have no issue with that, with child pageants and things of that nature. But God forbid they actually learn something that's actual and factual. Nope. Don't want to learn the truth about anything. The cover does not say so.
You have a lot of background noise, Will.
This is insanity. No flakes.
Hey, guest, I don't know what it was like growing up where you are, but when I was 13, I sure as hell knew how homosexuals had sex.
Yeah, I sure knew it too.
Because people threw a lot of slurs and told me what I did and made fun of me and made fun of other people. You know, I'm not even gay. Like, I just for being a 13-year-old boy, that's what happens. People discuss things at 13 and teach you things that are wrong and right about how people's sexuality is expressed, whether it's through slurs and insults or through education. So if you're going to tell me that you think the first time someone experiences that information is through a book, I would suggest that you're incorrect.
Oh, hey, listen, real quick, Hall. I'm sorry. On the Amazon to buy this, it does say for ages 10 and up on Amazon. I still don't see issue with it. Still don't see issue with it.
I will agree with, personally, guest, I agree with you. I'm not convinced that book should be in a library necessarily for a 10-year-old to just stumble upon. I don't have any problem with the book existing, with a parent under supervision, making that decision to show their kid.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
to
why
teach them things
exactly,
about how.
Why wouldn't a parent be involved with whether or not their child had that book? That's the real question here. Why wouldn't a parent be involved?
That's what I'm saying.
How's a parent supposed to be involved?
I don't have a problem if the parents are doing it. They're trying to put it in the school library. That's my problem.
Okay, so tell your child that they can't take that book.
I don't want my kids seeing it without me. Yes, I'm trying to remember where it was because they actually had a TikTok of a preacher that was trying to take and go before the school board. He showed it to the school board and was reading from the book that his son got from the school.
It still doesn't mean that he got it from the library either. People make up shit.
His son got it from the school.
Hold on. People had school board meetings about litter boxes in schools, and that wasn't a thing either. So you saw it.
Hold on, but the book showed it was from the school. It was actually from the school. They admitted it. The school board even said, yeah, it was from the school. But they did not want him showing the pictures that he pulled out. They did not want him reading from the book, and because of what it said in the school board meeting.
Yeah,
they tried shutting him up when he was trying to read.
When the guy pulled up that book, that he scrolled right past the parts the guy's talking about. Really scrolled past it. He didn't want anybody to see it. When it was brought up that he scrolled past it, he wouldn't go down trying to say that it was just men and women that were in those pictures. He didn't even scroll down to prove his argument. You know, why do you have a tagline on your live? Stop pushing kids to be straight. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is disgusting. Why are you even sexualizing kids anyhow?
I've dealt with a lot of this stuff. Yes.
That's not what I asked you. You're a sexual health expert?
No, and neither is the school. So why should they be teaching?
Hey, Jason, what is a vulva?
What's that got to do with anything?
I don't need to know all the stuff. I just need to know what to teach my kids right.
You just need to know the basics, like what a vulva is.
So you're not equipped to teach a child anything about their sexual health then, is what you're telling me. Cool. Got it. Thank you.
It's the parents' job, not the school's.
Okay, fine, Jason. Let's just go with your thought. It's the parents' job. So as a parent, you're going to teach your children that gay people exist and that they have different types of coitus or whatever that straight people do? Are you going to teach them that?
No, we don't need it.
Yeah,
Our
I
children
have.
about coitus.
My 17-year-old.
Really?
I've been teaching him
calling
for years.
bullshit.
Yes.
Because,
Okay.
and I'll tell you why. Because I have person after person come into this live, and I hear them say that it's their job to teach their kids, and they're going to teach them what they were taught and what they think is right, and they're going to hide things like that gay people exist from them, and that there's such thing as gay sex. Okay, that's fine. I still don't believe you because I don't think that you're equipped. You don't even know what a vulva is. You talked about you need.
Would you like me to go wake myself? Would you like me to go wake my daughter
That's a foul
is
stage.
non-binary that is in the other room? She's 19 years old. And let her tell you what I've taught her. Let her tell you how I've taught her.
Not the tokenizing.
Yeah, Jason, did you teach your children what non-binary was?
19-year-old non-binary.
I told them that I pulled up stuff on the internet and showed them.
I'm sorry.
Just like I pulled up stuff.
Did you teach your kids what non-binary is?
How when I pulled it up and let them read it and taught them about it, yeah.
Fucking didn't.
See, folks, it isn't
Figured
just
out
black
themselves
people that are
without
crazy.
you.
It's white
I wonder
people
why.
too.
My daughter and me talk about all that stuff all the time.
Yeah, I wonder
I've
why.
helped her.
Because
She at one point.
because your daughter taught you what
at
the
one
fuck
point she told
non-binary
me.
is. You're learning from your daughter. You don't know what a vulva is. You fucking idiot.
And also, if your daughter is non-binary, does she go by your daughter?
That's what she said. It goes by for everybody. She says she just goes by she, her.
She goes by she, her.
And she's non-binary.
She's non-binary.
That doesn't sound. Yeah, that
doesn't
sound. That doesn't sound accurate at all.
It's a little suspicious.
Yeah, that's suspicious.
So back to the original point. I will concede. I personally don't think a book like that should be in a school library. I don't think it's necessary, and I think it does more, not necessarily harm, but it causes more controversy than it does good. I do think those books are important to exist, and I think parents should show them to their kids at the appropriate time that they feel necessary. But you coming up here and trying to say that, I don't even really know what your point is, that it's all bad because one book exists and it was in one school library. Get the fuck over yourself. It got nipped in the bud. It's not in the library anymore. So now what's your complaint?
See, anytime somebody tries to bring up something, y'all say there's no books. When somebody does bring up a book, then all of a sudden you want to get defensive about it. I didn't say I have a problem with the book. I said it's in the school.
Did you think I was defensive about the book? I just said I agreed with you.
Yeah,
Where
this
am
is
I being
mental
defensive
delusion
about the book?
stage.
I believe that the parents should be able to pull up stuff like I did with my daughter and I do with my son, because
Jason,
I've
you
taught
don't
my son,
know
I've showed him,
what
and
a vulva
I've
is.
raised a boy that's
You
gay.
don't know.
So
about
what?
sex
What the fuck
education.
does that
You are
prove?
woefully lacking in information. You don't have the information to teach your kids. You've proven that point by simply saying you don't know what a vulva is. That is the most important thing that you should know as the father of a daughter.
Facts.
Yeah, very simple.
I was gonna say I'm reading an interview they had with him on Fox News or the I think an interview with him, and he said he's talking about how our reading level is down and our achievement rates are down, and then it says that he warned parents across the country they must be on high alert for far left gender ideology in their kids' classrooms.
Jeez.
Here's the crazy thing, right? Here's the crazy thing.
Yes.
54% of the adults in the United States
screen.
can't read above a 5th grade reading level, but they're supposed to be the ones that are going to teach their children sexual health education. You can't even read.
Yeah.
You can't even read.
At least the other idiot had the balls to take his kid out of school.
Good point. If you agree, please withdraw your request.
Why do you guys ask for sources, but you don't actually care about the source? But I mean, I can provide them all day. It's not a problem.
Still have 22 requests in here.
We didn't ask that guy for any sources. I took him for his word.
Hello? Hello, I hear your dog. What's going on? Hello?
Hello?
If you go to thinkimpact.com, 54% of adults have a literacy below a 6th grade reading level. It's the first thing that will pop up. Google 54% of adults reading level. It's the very first thing that pops up.
Hey, hello.
I don't know what you're doing, but you need to stop.
Sounded like a child anyway. Not sure, but kind of sounded like a child.
Did a child doing something loud? What is this?
Facts, Huckleberry. Facts.
So there's your source.
Hello? Trippy life. Hello. It's like no one paying attention that they actually requested and I'm letting them in.
Hey.
They all fell asleep.
Hello. All right. Well, I don't know. I mean, I can hear you, but you're not paying attention.
See, bullying prevents this type of ideology spreading.
Hey.
It prevents those from sexualizing children.
Oh, Mr. Jones, I'm about to piss you off. I know we neutrals, but see, I believe that parents that bitch about books and everything else don't come from where I come from. My job as my sons, is to teach them how to survive. All this other stuff, they can learn on their own. If they find a book that they want a thing and they bring it to me, that's fine. But my job, living in the woods like I do, is to teach them how to avoid alligators and rattlesnakes, how to survive in the wilderness and everything else around it. To me, as a father, that is my job, to teach them how to survive. All this other stuff, they need to learn on their own. They have questions, yes, they can come to me. That is how I feel about it.
You want them to learn it on their own.
Hey, I'd rather them learn it on their own or from a professional than from somebody who doesn't have any idea what it is that they're teaching them. To be honest with you, I would rather somebody not equipped to teach them is not the one who teaches them. Like, real talk.
And I'm not equipped to teach you because I do not know nothing about pronouns or nothing like that. That is all new to me. I mean, so why would I even put myself in a position to do that? I'm going to teach them what I know. And if they learn something and come to me and have questions about it, we'll find out together. But as far as them saying that books and libraries is affecting, I mean, it might and it might not. I don't know. Who am I to judge? But I do not believe that it should be pushed on children either way, straight or gay.
Putting pornography in school.
I believe that they should let the kids be kids, let them play and grow. And whenever they decide, whenever they hit puberty or decide whatever sexuality they are, then they come to the parents. Then we decide. But pushing either way or trying to teach either way, I do not believe in it. Let the kids be kids. Let them play outside in the woods. Let them play outside like we did when we were coming up.
Well, just so you know, Cody, this is just information. This is an educational moment. Children's gender expression, the part of their brain that determines that, is fully developed by the time they're 6 years old. So if your 6-year-old comes to you and tells a gender other than the sex that they were assigned at birth, then we have to listen to them. And that doesn't mean that's necessarily going to be the case. But if they're insistent, consistent, and persistent, then you would want to get them, the attention from a medical professional, right, to analyze whether or not they do have gender dysphoria or are in fact trans. Period.
If that's the case, then how come you guys also say?
Yeah, I understand that, but I don't know nothing about it. So who am I to tell my kids either way? You know, so I'll just stay out of it and let them figure out when they come to me. Then we'll deal with it.
Got your insurance and registration, but
somewhere's in here.
All right.
guessing you know the reason for stop.
Reading? All right. Hold on one second. I don't know where my insurance and registration is. You can pull it up though on there. It's in here somewhere.
All right, we're not gonna. Okay then.
Wow.
That was the first. That's the first on live.
Oh my God. What?
Okay.
I heard license and registration. I'm like, wait a minute. And then I
Yeah.
was like, oh, like you know why you pulled over. Oh my God.
Somebody clip that.
I mean, I could have just left it there, but I didn't think that was appropriate. So I disconnected that. But wow. Okay. Next. Oh my gosh, I have tears. I have a lot of
Even the
requests
universe
that
didn't want that person putting their info out, Sage. Even the universe said no.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Yeah, we can hear you. Kind of. You're involved.
Hi, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. Yep.
So, I was wondering, what do you guys define as kids? What age is a kid, and to what, from what age could we like speak to them about identity? Go ahead.
Under 18 is a kid.
Under 18, they're kids.
Yep.
So
I've got, for example, twin girls. Yeah, they're 6 years old. According to your understanding of gender and stuff, how would you address a 6-year-old? To me, she's born female, female features, all of it. Yeah. How would you address her? How would you identify if she's transgender, for example?
Well, if they come out to you and tell you that, hey, I don't feel like something's wrong. I'm a boy. Then I guess the first step would be therapy. Talking about it and going to therapy, taking them to therapy. There's nothing wrong with therapy, even if they aren't trans. And then kind of going from there.
So a 6-year-old child, boy or girl, is able to have the capacity and knowledge to already establish whether they are a boy or girl, or whether they fit into it or not.
Yeah, I mean, do your twins know that they're girls? Like, if you say girls line up over here and boys line up over here, do they know where to go?
Of course, yeah, straight away.
So they already recognize their gender.
Yeah, but that's for example in normal society, when they go to schools, majority of the class, as you know, your community is very small. It's a very small percentage of the population. So when they go outside and they play in parks or wherever they go, they literally see just 2 different genders. A child, in my opinion, is not able to differentiate between boy or girl. Now, because I've got twins, one is a princess and one used to like a little bit of more boy things. But me as a father, one liked Spider-Man and the other one liked pink colors. I knew she was a child, so I gave her the opportunity to experience, to explore. So I bought for her all the Spider-Man, Superman things, blah, 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 until she suddenly grew up. And then, when I say from 3 to, let's say, 5, and then she goes, no, Dad, I don't want to wear this tracksuit no more. And I said, why? Because I'm a girl, and people laugh at me in school, blah blah blah. I don't feel right. So then, me as a parent, but this is where the topic gets interesting. Me as a parent, I need to protect my children and give them the opportunity to experience and learn everything. For me, then to take that decision and say, she thinks she's a boy, when it was just a short period of time for her to experience.
You just said you had a conversation with them. They explained why they didn't want to wear the clothing anymore, and that's fine. That's what you do. You support your kids as they discover their gender and as they learn to express themselves. That's it. No,
okay, so why would you
trans? It's not how it works.
Nice. So why would you say stop pushing kids to be straight? So if my daughter now come up to me and she said that, I would then go around. If I would apply your way of thinking, I would then go around and say to her, no, sweetheart, no.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. You gotta breathe. You gotta stop so we can have a conversation. Being straight and gender are different things. So do you want to switch to talk about sexuality now, or are we still talking about gender?
This is a
okay. Then sexuality. Gender.
Oh my God, her delusional head there.
Age of like the guy said, when
Gender.
Okay, so now we've established they're female, yeah. And now when we talk about what we want to push them to do,
Jesus, that they're girls.
your girls are females and men are
Not
male.
necessarily.
What Jesus?
No, no. Wait,
Yes, it
wait,
is.
wait. But I'm not a man. I'm a male. I'm not a man.
Yeah, that's why I said male, female. What's the problem? I can't even say that no more.
But you said that men are always male, and that's not true because I'm male, but I'm not a man.
Yeah, that's the second part. That's when we go advanced talking. But when you're addressing someone like me, who you can clearly understand, I'm not from the LGBT community. And when I say to you, male man, you see, this is where the problem is happening in society.
No,
you want us to respect you, but you don't want to respect us.
Hold on.
Well, let the man finish his thought.
You're saying the problem is
And
that we're
don't
trying
shout,
to educate.
please, don't shout. I was talking to normally.
To educate.
You can't educate if you're just you got
She's obviously trying to indoctrinate.
We are trying to educate the difference between gender and sex. And you don't want to listen. You just want to keep fucking talking. Bye. Oh my God. What is going on?
What's up, Da Vinci? It's been a minute.
And hey,
What to do, man? I just been
great to
preparing
see
a
you
lot of
again.
stuff, man.
Hold on, Angel.
Change it up.
What's good with
What
you,
it do,
brother? I
man?
ain't seen you in a hot minute.
Hold on one second.
At least your audio is
Hold on
fairly
one
decent.
second. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, all right. Yeah, it was on my thing, man. I just been chilling out. Well, I haven't been chilling out, man. I just been preparing my new channel now. I bought my StreamYard for a year.
That's what's up. What do you think of this shit, dude? Tagline on her TikTok live: "Stop pushing kids to be straight."
Man, this is ungodly. That's what it is. You know how I feel about it. You know. Oh, check this out, bro. I got kicked off of YouTube, man, but the videos on Rumble. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that, because I'm doing a whole bunch of stuff on Rumble because I'm going in. You know, I'm not gonna mute my my voice. Can't do it. Not this day and age. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's
up? Well, let me get to these other couple guests real quick too. What's up, Angel?
Hey, great to see you again, Angry Snowman. Hope you've been doing well there.
So what's your thoughts on what you've heard so far?
Oh my God! Like if you heard what I said, she's delusional, and then she says she's trying to educate. She's obviously trying to indoctrinate. If people know what that the terminology is, and she obviously isn't doing it from like a schooler standpoint. She's doing it from like a standpoint of personal teaching there, if you know what I mean, because there's a difference from personal versus actually physical teaching there.
Right. Me personally, I think this is absolutely insane in my opinion. I can't believe that we're at a day and age now to where the people are trying to normalize sexual children. I mean, it's absolutely just, it's gross and pathetic.
And the crazy thing is, she interrupted many times there, and you obviously were just trying to allow people to speak freely and openly, and like obviously trying to take their turn and all that there. But she obviously is one of those people that will stop you without letting you finish because she thinks she's always right.
Well, she wants to be the one who controls the direction of the conversation, and
yeah, and you want to know who does that too? There, right quick there, the Angry Snowman.
What's that?
Someone who, like as you just said, controls the direction of the conversation. Big J Triple X.
We ain't talking about him today.
Well, I just had my own personal stuff with him recently, but I ain't gonna go in detail because that's him.
But let's
his
get
temper tantrum, butt there.
Let's get Red up in here too, man.
All right, hey, Red Illusion. Have we met before?
Yeah, probably somewhere.
Nice to see you again. Then.
What's
Look,
up,
Red,
man?
you've been watching this since I pretty much started, and you caught that part where that dude was going through the book, right?
Yeah, and he was just scrolling through it. They
And
weren't really talking about it though.
yeah, and he literally scrolled right past the actual part that the guy was talking about, and then when confronted about it, he kind of he kept playing it off. Said that the guy said, "Well, you just scrolled past the picture of where it shows a man and a woman and a woman in bed together, and a man and a woman," and the guy says, "No, all it showed was men and women in bed together."
But and then he's like, "Oh no, it's just one book."
Right. I mean, what's your thoughts on all this, man? I mean, just the tagline alone, man.
Well, I think it's funny how a redneck American and a British Muslim are in complete agreement on this. And this woman, she looks like an HR agent.
Dude, she's what
wants to fire you.
Bro, she's what my wife used to say that they called women that just hung around with gays and queers. She's a fag hag.
Yeah, she's like just so vindictive. The boredom,
Man,
like
I
the
haven't
idle
heard
hands.
that term in a long time. Fag hag.
Right?
Yeah,
he is
out there.
He's a fucking fag hag.
That's since I was a kid. We said that. That's like a re-immersion of a fag hag word, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's nuts. You know what I'm saying? It's nuts where this world's coming to, bro.
Right.
You know,
modern equivalent.
Oh, there's your little girl. I haven't seen. She got big, man.
Yeah. We're actually getting ready to have another little girl here in 3 weeks. So we're actively got the diaper fund going, man. 3 weeks away, we get all the diapers we can get. So hit the Cash App and hit the PayPal link that's in the chat. Actually, I'll pin that too.
Yo, how's your air over there, man? You hear me, man? I'm so hoarse out here, man.
Our air, I have no problem with my air.
Yeah, the Great Lakes is,
how about
Great Lakes is fine.
I was going to say you're right up in fucking Detroit, man. So you'd think that you'd be having issues, but over here in the Great Lake Valley, Great Lakes area, man, we're doing great.
Man, I've been hoarse for a couple of days, man. I've been coughing. I've been hacking. You know, it's not as bad as what it is in New York, but man, dude, I haven't felt this way in a while. My ass been in a house, dude.
Man, I almost wonder if all this sexual unnormative stuff isn't why all these events are going on right now. You know, like with the supposed Canada being on fire and shit and yada yada yada. You know, I wonder if this ain't God clapping back and saying you guys are stupid.
Yeah, or it's just a natural cycle of things. Like this is how it all happens at the end.
Right.
Yeah. And by the way, if I give my stance or agree with you guys on what you're saying, I'm repeating you guys there because the guy that I mentioned a moment ago there, Snowman, thinks I repeat conservatives there, but I obviously don't repeat conservatives. I just give my honest opinion and what I see, observe, and watch for myself, obviously, with all the problems that we have in today's society and all that. And the Red Illusion, you're exactly right. They're not are exactly right of saying how it's crazy how this world is coming to there.
I saw this video of this woman.
Is this live right now?
Yeah.
Actually,
I went ahead and muted it for a minute. That way, people could get their little. But I'm getting ready to get you guys' final says on what you've been watching, and then I'm going to go ahead and finish watching some more of this live because this is a live discussion happening as we speak on TikTok.
Yeah. Before that, I just want to say I saw this video of this woman who she said her child was the reincarnation of Lou Gehrig because he pointed at a picture of Baby Ruth and said, "I don't like that man,
Baby Ruth."
And then he's good at baseball, so this must mean he's the reincarnation of Lou Gehrig. And this is the same phenomenon. These mothers are having Munchausen by proxy, and they want to be the mother of. They don't want their child to actually express themselves.
That's nuts. That's nuts. That's crazy as hell, man.
Everything is getting crazy, dude. I mean,
yeah.
Look, the level that they're going and how hard they're pushing just to sexualize children right now is absolutely, like I said, it's disgusting. It's abhorrent. It's sick. And this whole mentality we have right now in America and Western society to sit and normalize mental illness is getting out of control. I mean, we need to start calling mental illness and stop making it normal and stop normalizing this kind of shit, because it isn't normal.
I don't think this is mental illness. The reason being is, right, I want to tell you a story that happened to me recently, okay? So anyways, this girl, I'm not going to mention her name just out of respect, even though she doesn't deserve respect, but you know what I'm saying? But I'm doing it out of respect because I'm trying to live my life right. So I went out for a couple of drinks with this girl, right? And this girl, and I asked her a question, right? And I'm like, why are you so into being evil? And you know what her reply was? Because it's fun. Now you sit there and you know what I'm saying? So you sit there and you hear this, and I go, this is not, and I'm like, this is not mental. This is demonic. And people really got, I mean, I don't believe, yeah, you have mental health. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But then you have demonic. There's a line. You know what I'm saying? Between mental health as a problem and demonic. Or maybe or maybe it's a very close line. You know what I'm saying? Either way. But as I'm seeing what's happening with these shootings, the way people are pushing this whole agenda, the way these companies are pushing this agenda, the way everything is anti-God, anti-Jesus, but don't say nothing about Buddha, don't say nothing about Muhammad, don't say nothing about Hare Krishna or whatever they have. You know what I'm saying?
Yakub.
But this is the only thing that's being caught.
Salute to Greg Kelly Jr. and the Real Greg Kelly Show.
You know what I'm saying? So we are, and far as I'm concerned, at this moment in time, you know what I'm saying? And I'm always America first, but you know what? Putin's right. You know what I'm saying? Putin's right. You know what I'm saying? Our country needs Jesus, man.
I think we're beyond that at this point.
There's nothing beyond Jesus.
To be quite honest,
I don't think Jesus would be able to save this nation anymore. This nation's
to be quite honest,
no, it's not about saving a nation; it's saving yourself. Go ahead, brother.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
To be quite honest, it seems like everything of where it's going, as though the alphabet community and all those that are making this world is what it is. Obviously, there is like a Satan kind of world that we live in right now, there, or hell kind of world. If you guys get where I'm coming from.
Yeah, I get what you're trying to say.
Well, hey, get your last little speak in, and then I'm going to go ahead and play some more of this.
What did you say?
Get your last little word in, and I'm gonna play some more of this because I want to see what they're talking about now.
Yeah, these people in generalization, man. You know what I'm saying? This is straight demonic. This is straight delusional. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, in generalization, man. Like even on Facebook, man. You know, you're sitting there. And quite a few, you know what I mean? Quite a few females, well, I believe in Jesus, they turn off of Jesus. They're all witches. They're all this stuff. I mean, all this demonic stuff is happening. It's like, And that's the real thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Be honest with you. This country is turning godless. You
Which
know,
is, yeah.
and that's facts.
What you
That's
say, Red?
facts.
I think that's true. I think a lot of it comes from power and the thirst for power a lot of these people are having. Like you said, I don't think it's totally mental illness either. I think it's a sort of a purity spiral. And like the Puritan days, you have to know all the biblical scriptures or else you're not a good Christian. And if you do anything suspicious, they'll burn you at the stake. They're basically hunting down nonconformists, and they're acting like every other period of time before them had a inferior morality. When in all actuality, if these people lived in Germany, for example, they would be voting for Mustache Man.
Right. I mean, I think that's a pretty accurate assessment, to be honest with you.
Right. But this is nuts, dude. I've never thought this world would turn out to be what it is.
Like Huckleberry.
We're going to have flying cars. We're going to be on the moon 2023. Cut your son's balls off.
Well, like Huckleberry said, Jesus needs to go ahead and just pull this bus over and beat some folks with his flip-flops. You're
on your own.
I think a good ass whooping is well deserved where we are.
Welcome, welcome to Babylon, my friends. Welcome to Babylon. This revolution is televised.
Like I've been saying for how long now, and Huckleberry even put it in the chat earlier. Man, make bullying great again, man. Straight up.
Mate, that's like what it is.
But yeah, go ahead, Angel. Before I go ahead and start this back up.
That's like, as you said, make bully great. That's essentially what it is. There with how this world is of what people are trying to do, and the red illusion is right. It's like about their sense of power there, which obviously they're using to push all these agendas, especially sexualizing kids nowadays. And indoctrinating them with their moronic kind of agenda or their like goal of what they're trying to achieve, which ain't no good. If you have logical thinking, that is there. But anyways, this world is going down to hell from the Satanist kind of stuff that this world is going through as of right now there. And obviously a lot of it has to do with anti-Christian, anti-Jesus, and anti-American kind of viewpoints, and that just want to bring this country to hell. And it's what they're obviously getting from it. But if they were to complain if it gets any more worse than what it already is, obviously this is what they asked for and what they wanted. So don't come like bitching and whining if you were to become the next homeless person there, miss, who you're about to continue to play there, snowman. But I'm going to get off here so you can get back to playing here.
Right on, right on. Appreciate you, brother. Let's listen to some more of this fag tag.
Both sides as to like what.
Wait, I got
Society
it. The
is
2023
more accepting
fag
of
hag
straight people
is
by
Tran Tramp.
Tran Tramp. You ain't shit, Red.
Happy
I'm sorry,
Pride
can you
Month.
repeat that? I'm sorry.
Society is more accepting of straight people than gay people.
You mean normal
Right.
people?
I mean, that's pretty true, but I'm just trying to think of how to even like word this. Like,
See, I got
because I am accepting of people no matter what you want to do, but I just feel like I don't know. It should be kids' choices, I guess. I don't know.
That's what we're saying too.
Kids' choices?
Yeah, should be kids' choice. It should be kids.
All right,
Background is
ice
more so
cream every night for
making
dinner.
fun of people who say we're pushing kids to be
Right.
gay, and also like suggesting that kids shouldn't be pushed to be straight if they are gay or are pan or whatever, or asexual or bi or whatever, lesbian. They shouldn't be pushed to be straight because
Should they
that's not
push?
who they
Should
are.
they push to be
They just want kids to be whoever they
non-furry?
are. But society generally pushes kids to be straight. Another thing I've heard for excuse for gay kids is, oh well, what if they want to have kids? They can have kids someday if they're gay.
Why does society generally push kids to be straight? One, because that is natural.
It's called evolution.
Men cannot procreate with other men, just like women can't procreate with other women. All you gay and trans and confused and otherwise out there, really this month should be thanking a straight person. Because if it wasn't for straight normality, you wouldn't be here.
You know what? Here's what I'm saying. Give them this fucking month, man. Then you know what? The next month we're gonna start doing straight Pride Month.
This is crazy. This is crazy that they don't understand why heterosexuality and man and woman being together is what's pushed as the norm. Society would not advance. There would be no society. There would not be a population of people. You wouldn't even exist if that was not the norm. You fucking ingrate.
Yeah, it's like we're pushing the norm that 2 + 2 = 4.
I mean,
no, that's racist, dude.
Well, don't get me started on racist. You've missed some of my intellectuals where I go in on the black folks that are
math. Math is racist.
Right,
that's true.
Why?
Don't say that.
I would argue that I would rather have a kid who's trans and on HRT because that's what they want and that's what they feel is right for them.
Wait, I'd rather have
who is not here anymore because like either way, like there's so many aspects of it, but like I would rather have a kid that's here and happy. Maybe they can't have kids, maybe they can, who knows, than one who's not around anymore.
Okay, I get that.
Excuse me.
I guess I don't know where that went with me saying like if they decided like when they get older that they don't want to be trans anymore, like if they had the surgery and stuff like that, they can't.
All right, they're not having surgery until they're adults, right? The regret rate or the detransition rate is extremely low.
There's
a very long process to make sure
the
that
rate
is
is
the right
extremely
path
low, like Red said. What is
for
the
the
rate?
child to take. It involves years of therapy. It involves living as the gender or presenting as the gender that you're identifying with for long periods of time.
Doesn't improve the suicide rate.
Okay, I don't know. I don't like being interrupted, and you keep interrupting me.
I have a 14-year-old.
Thank you for calling her out.
What do you mean I keep interrupting you? I'm trying to
like when I'm still
explain
talking,
to
you start talking, so it's like you're interrupting me.
Okay, I am trying to explain to you that regret.
Maybe she wants to get
detransitioning is very.
This is like a bitchy
small.
aunt versus an autistic 16-year-old.
Advocating against healthcare for trans kids is dangerous.
Let's see where these two women lead us. This is going to be funny.
Okay. You're not understanding my point,
Yeah,
but
look at
I
her
do
triggered
just want to
face.
say that for Pride Month, I don't feel like most trans people or gay people really want people arguing about their lifestyle all the time.
We don't.
And I feel like a lot of people just turn it into something ugly, and that's not what it should be.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
And that's what this is. Like, you kind of made this live for people to come in and like argue with you, and that's just not how I see Pride Month. But that's all I had to say.
Damn.
Mic drop, right? I mean, she just straight called that bitch out. Is it me or did it? Oh, she must have froze up.
Because you're not leaving.
She's doing this on purpose.
What, freezing it up?
Yeah.
Is it frozen? Oh,
Oh.
hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you just got mic drop, man. The even the algorithm wanted to mark this point in time.
Do anybody have a problem with gay people?
Okay, that was weird. It's like she got stuck
that's
here.
around them. Anybody here?
No.
Me
Yeah,
neither.
I'm just
One of
gonna
my
say
best
really
friends
quick,
is.
yeah, I do get
You know, may not agree with it,
upset
but
when
he is who he is, right? Or she is, whoever it is,
Yeah,
as long as you don't.
my brother-in-law's gay, gayer than a $3 bill. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and I talk
Still
shit
love
to
it.
him, and I talk shit to him all the time. You know, it is what it is. You know, he knows it's just out of fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
a majority of gays that I do know are not even down with this shit.
right? Like the ones that are my age, that are part of the original LGBTQ or LGB. It used to just be LGB, didn't it? LGBTQ.
I don't know what it was, man. I don't even remember how it started. Years ago.
Right, but the ones that the people that are part of that alphabet community that are my age and older, they think that this shit that this younger generation doing is perverse.
Yeah, they live normal lives. They have a house, a tiny dog.
They're trying to
They're
figure
normal
out
people.
Right, they're trying to figure out why they're wanting to sexualize kids too.
Right. And so I'm not even going to sit there. I mean, like this. Yes, I think it's wrong. Yes, I think it's abomination. But I don't hate them. I have friends that are gay. I have friends that are trans. And I even said on my videos, if they needed anything from me or needed help, hungry, whatever, or stranded, and I have the money, I'd give them the money, so they can get home safely, because that's just the love of God inside me. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, you know what I'm saying? I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? That's between them and God. The only thing I say is wrong. If you know what I'm saying, other than that, do what you do, yo.
Yeah, it's look, dude, this woman is delusional. She's delusional and fucking probably demonically possessed both.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. I mean, this is going too far.
I mean, my question is why are people like I know you saw that thing with Target where that fucking what was it, Twilight fucking actress said that her non-binary 7-year-old, why the fuck are you even having a conversation like that about your child's sexuality at 7 years old? Because look, even if
how do you know?
Well, my question is this, all right? If you even go by their logic where they want to separate fucking gender from fucking sexuality, having a discussion about being non-binary and sexuality, isn't that talking about sexuality?
Yeah, it's literally what it is. You could be like, I'm a pee person. I like peeing on people.
Right.
Let me tell kids about it.
I mean, I'm just at a loss, and I'm confused how they don't even see that their own logic doesn't even logic. I mean, the math isn't fucking mathing anymore.
Man, I'm gonna make Jesus Pride. I'm gonna make Jesus Pride shirts with a rainbow on it.
Oh Jesus!
Huh?
People advocating.
Because if you look at the Pride flag, right?
It's like I like this out.
Yeah.
The Pride flag has 6 colors. The rainbow has 7.
Interesting. I see another girl up there rolling her eyes. I want to see what's going on.
I feel that's different for a parent to say versus me to say. And the last thing was, I have a question. Now this
is it just me, or do they all look quote unquote white?
Topics here. Could we address some of them before you add more?
Well, the first one was the parents and the clothes. The second one was me, I guess, misgenderizing or genderizing the child.
Wait, what was the point of that story though? Like, are you asking Mel's opinion on that? Like, did you correct yourself? Did you?
What I feel is what I'm saying is I feel like sometimes on both sides of the channel, parents push the agenda. Parents, not these.
Here's the thing: if you're going to a pride event, you shouldn't assume anyone's gender.
But see, I don't talk in gender. I don't. I'm an older guy. I don't use pronouns. I don't.
You just talk in gender.
I do. Okay, well, I do because this is what I've been doing my whole life. His, her, they. I don't cut the. What you're saying is, I understand what I'm trying to say. Is I understand that there's a new terminology today, but those don't really, in my memory cords, aren't what I use.
Pronouns. No, this has been a thing. How old are you?
I'm 52.
Yeah, we've been saying she and her for people that look like you, and he and him for people that look like us.
Him and they. I never use anything else.
Sure.
Our whole
I, you.
Oh yeah. Okay, you got me there.
But yeah, you, we.
You're just fucking arguing semantics because you just want to argue, you dumb cunt.
I mean, we're really not expecting much more than that anyway. Like he, she, they, those are the main ones that we're asking you to use. We're just asking you to use the correct ones.
So when I spoke to the child and I said, "Hey, little man,"
the child was a boy. Did you call the child a girl? Like, what did you do?
I said, "Hey, little man." I said, "Hey, little man, are you Tigger? Is that Tigger?" And he's like,
so was the child a boy?
In what my world is, yes, he was a boy. What I would say is a boy.
Your world? In what your world?
What I
said you don't gender.
Let me ask you a question. When you look into the mirror, are you looking through someone else's eyes or yours?
It doesn't matter. You should never assume someone's gender, especially.
What the fuck are you talking about?
No, but she's in her world right now.
Do you look at it through everybody else's eyes or yours?
You're supposed to look at it through yours, just like that person. That
is she not assuming gender by not assuming gender?
Yeah, she's assuming that we should not assume gender.
Right. So in essence, is that not assuming gender?
She contradicted.
Yeah,
she contradicted
it's making an
herself.
assumption about gender. Yeah.
I mean, so your argument is fucking lackluster to say the least and moot as fuck.
Allowed to misgender someone and no one should say anything to you?
I think that maybe if the approach was you made a mistake or versus how dare you, when it's not that intention in my mind wasn't to do that. My intention was to notice that this outfit was cute.
Listen, it doesn't matter what someone's reaction was. If you made a mistake, own up to it. It's not a big deal. Move on. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize she was a girl. That's it.
I didn't. Now, what if I said that and that was a misgender? Because I didn't even know what was going on. Like I said, when I said it, it was totally just appreciating the little.
Cyber, I understand what you're saying their definition of gender is, but at the same time, their sexuality is actually literally defined by the gender they choose to be that day. You know, so to say sexuality isn't tied to gender is a fallacy in and of itself. Because sexuality,
they're admitting it's all
gender.
It's all how you feel. It's none of it's based in reality.
You know what? There was this one guy, right? I was watching this video, okay, and he was a gay guy and all. He was a gay guy, well, transgender. What I don't know what he was because I ain't gonna look because I don't care what's in between his legs. No, he said he had a plumbing, but he didn't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? But he's like this. He's like, I am not a woman, and he goes in perfect word. He says, I emulate a woman, but I am not a woman. I am still a man.
Hey, if you guys haven't yet, make sure you share this out. Make sure you like and subscribe. Let's get some more people on this. Make sure you get that thumbs.
It's already shared on my page. I'm trying to. Yeah, this okay. It's cool. Mac is completely different than PC when it comes to this. All right, you're shared.
Right on. If you got a StreamYard, you can actually, I think on mine you can simulcast too. Yeah. There should be a button right up at the top that says share live stream if you want to share the live stream on your channel. Because that helps bring in new viewers as well.
I'm suspended. I'm suspended right now. A couple weeks ago, about a week and a half ago. I mean, I'll be back. But I did a video and stuff like that, and I got suspended because I was telling the truth about everything about the Durham report and all that. I get suspended from YouTube, but not from Facebook.
Yeah,
I don't get it. You know what I mean? Well, I put disclaimers on my stuff. You know what I mean? As in, hey, this ain't about hate. I'm stating my opinion back.
She has no ass, chicken legs.
She's built like she drops
Olive
common
oil.
loot in a video
No,
game.
olive oil. Olive oil.
Yeah, straight up, dude. She's built like
Or a goon.
Watch.
A goon.
I mean, she looks like she should. The only words that should be coming out of her mouth are "goony goo goo."
Oh no, man.
She's like a Neanderthal. Look at her.
She looks like a goon from Popeye.
Look at those feet. Holy shit.
Dude, those ain't feet. Those are fucking clubs.
No, those are hot
Deal with it all the time. You experience like a quarter
She's
of a
3%
percentile, or like
elephant.
0.001% of your life. You're probably going to be dealing with a scenario of like a frustrated parent when it comes to gendering. It's like and it never fucking happens. But for that parent, that probably happens a lot. It's tiring. It's exhausting. So just have a bit of patience. I understand that it's not nice to be snappy at someone, but I don't think you would hold anyone else to the same standard of like, you need to be nice to me always, and you need to explain it. And every single like queer person or parent of a queer person that I run into needs to be, very gracious and explain everything in a perfect, coherent way. You wouldn't have this attitude towards any other person. So I don't know why you're doing
I
this
like
now.
what you said. I like what you said. I was very, I was like, thank you. I'm enjoying what you're saying, but you're misjudging me. Is that I wouldn't care if it was anyone. If you snap at me, I need to know why. I don't care, and I'm not a person that go, oh, they're having a bad day, let it go. I'm not that kind of person. I'm the person that goes, hey, what did I do? Because I need to know so I don't do it again. Or
What did they say? Hold on. Did you ask them? What did you do?
No, I didn't get a chance because
Yo,
then
Snow,
the
bring
other
your
person
screen
grabbed
up
them
real
and
quick. I
kinda
want to
just
see your
mumbled and
artwork
walked
on your
off.
wall.
I was like,
Oh, and they
Did
walked
you do
away.
all
Okay,
that?
so you had no chance to engage further. They were probably busy. Maybe they wanted to go get food or something like that. It's fine. It's totally fine. You're making a big. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
okay.
As soon
I
as you're
thought that
making a
was
big deal out
actually.
of
I thought that
nothing,
was actually
you're gonna run
your
into people all
wall
the time. They're
inside your
dealing with shit
house.
and they're going to snap.
That's dope.
Oh, this.
And while it's good to
Stuff
encourage
behind
being
it.
nice and being open and talking about disagreements, I think you're blowing this way out of proportion.
Also, I would
Maybe that's the
say,
way I
say
sound.
like,
Maybe that's the way
I
I
would
sound.
say like,
Go ahead.
you have to consider the fact that like maybe you did or didn't misgender the child, but for them, even if you did on accident, whatever, if you did, that probably isn't the first time they heard that day. Like, yeah, you're a pride. It doesn't necessarily mean they're not going to get misgendered, though. Like, people in the lives, the people are like, what's your pronouns? And I'll say she, they, and then I immediately spam with him, he, all this other stuff. And people come in the live and do the same thing. It's something that happens. Like, I'm kind of used to it at this point. It's something I want to have to deal with, but like, you have to understand that some people, especially people who use different pronouns than what they might present as, or like what they might stereotypically appear as, that you doing it probably isn't the first time, and so you kind of have to give them some leeway as to like, okay, you have to consider like, yeah, you did it once on accident, but maybe this is the 15th time today. It's really frustrating to keep being misgendered over and over again. So like, you kind of have to consider that like
the life you
they might get more of it all throughout the day, and it's not just the one instance interaction you have.
And were you here for the previous guest?
The young lady that was all over the place.
That kept like speaking against trans kids, and I was trying to explain it, and then she got really mad at me because I was getting upset. Yeah,
Did she own your
when
ass?
people are invalidating my child every single fucking day, I do jump and react, right? Maybe more than people think I
And
should.
manipulate.
This is something that I deal with all the time.
Maybe you shouldn't have turned your
I
kid
guess my whole point coming in here was that
non-binary or whatever, just so you could
I
be the
believe
popular
everyone has the
parent in
right
the
to
neighborhood.
live their life they choose to live. I don't want to speak against anybody living how they choose to live, but I do sometimes wonder.
Remember
if
what we said,
people are,
Timmy. You are a
over
girl.
aggressive in their desires, and they put those on their children. That's all that was kind of going with that first piece. It just seemed like to me. No, not you. Please, no. Please, hold on.
I think they're
It just
taking this "you
seemed
can be
like
whatever
the
you
older
want" thing a
kids
little
kind of
too
dressed
far.
the way they wanted to more, and the other kids, the younger kids, were kind of put into what made the parents happy.
You know, when my mom
Some of
told
them
me
were
that I could be
babies
whatever I
and
wanted when I
younger,
grew
2s
up,
and 3s.
being a woman
Hello?
was never
Isn't that
part of
kind of
that.
how it works? Isn't that what happened? Parents dress their kids until they make their own decisions.
Oh, so you're admitting that you're the one to put your kid
But
in a dress?
so exactly. So I'm looking at what you said about pushing their kids to be straight, and I think isn't that kind of like we should do with both kids?
Have you ever seen like those onesies that say like lady killer or like stuff like that.
What's wrong with
Or
that?
I love boobies. Everybody got my kids those. the
Yeah,
I
I
love
mean they
boobies.
do. They're
Yeah.
babies.
Those are sexist.
Like,
yeah,
yeah.
I never bought any of those. Yeah, I got you.
Those are accepted in
What-
society.
Yeah, they
Right.
are.
It's also pushing like heterosexuality onto.
But you never see any of them say anything about
Wait,
you're a
no.
big
Why are
fan
you?
on a baby
Why are
show.
you?
I appreciate that. I didn't
Why are
mean to
you
come in here and be
misgendering
harsh or
who the
aggressive. I was just
lady
trying to
is
find
in
some-
Lady Killer?
What do I
Right.
do the next? I
There
guess
you
for
go.
me, trying to not, like I said, everybody needs to grow
Lady
their
is
own grass. And
non-binary.
I'm just trying to be a good
I
neighbor.
I thought that men could be women
But
if
I
they
just felt
chose
like
to be.
Sure, and neighborliness means compassion, understanding the context of other people or other groups of people, and knowing that they're not going to have the exact same circumstance. That marginalized people are probably going to experience a range of difficulties that you just won't be able to fully understand, and that's why a bit of understanding and compassion is always important. And it all, yeah. So getting off of Twitter, I'm not saying use
Understanding and
Twitter, but getting off
compassion
of
used to
Twitter and
be
getting off of all the
these people
places
go
where
see a counselor.
conservatives aggressively
Real
signal
counselor.
boost any type of trans
For their
person or
mental
queer
illness.
person that's just having a slightly bad day, and talk to trans people and queer people in real life is really important. And most people don't do that. Their entire experience of the community is just.
I find it interesting that most of
the
these folks making these
community.
dude, don't you find it interesting that most of the folks in these communities, so he says, that they automatically assume that anybody that has anything against what they're doing has no normal or everyday interaction or experience with people from the lesbian or the alphabet community.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's like the you're racist argument.
right. You know, it's well, because you have differing thought than you obviously don't spend any real time with these type of people. That's where you're wrong, sir. If you look at the stats of look, they can say whatever they fucking want about all this shit, but the stats on the amount of kids that are saying that they're gay, lesbian, trans, non-binary, or otherwise is through the fucking roof.
And it doesn't add up because
at all throughout any partition of history.
Yeah, if you know, it's all society pushing everyone to be a certain way. And only now in the new generations in school, it's upwards to 40, 50, 60%. That's not a replacement rate for a human population. So before we even had society, apparently there wouldn't be anybody to push anything on anyone. So we were just free to do what we want. We would have all died. We wouldn't have been able to replace ourselves because 60% of us wouldn't have been reproducing.
It's just the fact that they want to always throw stats in, but they want to ignore the stats that actually matter in this case is a stat. I mean, what was it? Isn't it over in UK where they have a school over there that is almost entirely made up of nothing but people from the kids that claim they're part of the alphabet community? That's not even heard. That's never been heard.
Oh yeah,
of
and it's regarded as like the cool school.
You know, look, I've told people before when my daughter was in middle school, she came to me and she told me that she was lesbian. My answer to her was, as long as that's how you really feel, if you're doing it because that's how you feel inside, then I can't sit and say one way or the other on whether or not what you're doing is right or wrong. I'll support you. But if you're doing it just so you can gain popularity, just so people will like you more in school, then that's not the right way to be about shit.
Yeah. I mean, kids like to follow the crowd. As fucked up as it sounds, it almost seems like it was more productive when kids rebelled by committing crimes.
That's fucked up to think, but I don't think you're far from the truth.
Just online standard.
There was a comment I wanted to address about Jeffree Star. Somebody said that they go by any pronouns, and that's not true. Jeffree Star actually disagrees with non-binary people. That's part of
Who the fuck cares?
Right.
He said some other really awful things.
I have the whole anti-non-binary quote pulled up right now.
Yeah, Abby read it earlier. It's terrible. So that's why he's trash. He's not trans. He's a cisgender.
This is a
very
reality
transphobic
show
man.
for her.
Right.
Oh shit! Yeah, man.
Right,
Then they
I'm
give
canceling all
then they give us
requests
a fucking
just
label
because I have a lot that are
cisgender. Like, don't call me a
I'm gonna
fucking
go
cis,
too
dude.
because my
Yeah, it's just a way to
battery is dying as always.
marginalize
So
normal
love, love, love.
people.
Right. I says, yo, you're giving me. Oh, you're a
Thanks for
cis.
letting me
No,
know.
I'm not.
All right,
I'm
the
a
box is
man, dude.
empty, so if you want to request,
I mean,
And
that's
not to
bad.
like
When
say
they,
that his story didn't happen, but I feel like I hear so many of these stories of like these random encounters
I mean, they
with
want
trans
their
and queer people.
like
It's always
this is
negative.
what I
Part of
don't
me
get.
feels like they're
Hold on,
like
They
a lot
want
of it
their
just
gender,
take shit from Twitter, and they
but
say it's a story or
they give
something that
us
they
a
actually
fuck. They give us
experienced.
a name
in the same
that we
way
don't
that
even
people
want.
say they all have trans friends, which
You know what I mean? And expect us to accept that.
yeah, the accidentally misgendering stories apply to themselves and have someone freaked out. I hear it all the time, and it seems very probably not real. But all right, hello,
Hello,
what's up?
can you hear me? All right.
Uh-huh.
All right. So my question is, I hear you guys talking about stop pushing kids, or do or don't. However, at what age do you think that gender affirming care should become accessible?
Whatever age that a kid needs it.
Okay, and so no specific age.
There's no
Just
amount of makeup
whenever.
that can help you, girl.
Therapy, like when it becomes like anything medical, it starts with therapy, and there's no harm in therapy for children.
She's all ill and
I
funky
could
built.
agree with that. I mean, I definitely agree that there's not. However, okay, so you say at any age, what type of care do you think is appropriate at any age? I mean, I understand you start with just therapy, but say it goes further than that. I'm sorry.
So puberty blockers would be like a next step. If some child has a recommendation of getting puberty blockers, that would be to enter stage 2 of puberty. That is going to vary on what is that noise?
You know what? Another thing I find interesting is that they will accept these puberty blockers, and if they say gender is a mental thing, not a sexual thing, and they're blocking puberty, then they realize that they're blocking mental adolescence. That they're blocking the brain from being able to actually develop. So
this is and that's scientific fact too. Even doctors that don't play the game are saying that.
Well, what I'm getting at is why are they okay with puberty blockers if they really honestly believe that gender is all a mental thing? Well, then puberty would be a mental thing, right?
Here's a question. Why, when you can't drink when you're 21, you can't buy cigarettes when you're 21, you can't do a lot of stuff before you're 21, but you can change your sex at an adolescent age?
Well, like I put in their chat earlier, man. I asked them, well, if a child already assumes gender identity, it's already mentally established, right from rip, then how is it that you guys also claim that a human mind isn't completely developed until 25, and you're trying to use that also as an argument to not give young adults murder charges?
You know what, man? As I guess, like when I was a kid, I thought I was Superman and Moses. My little brother thought he was Super Mario Brothers. What did you think when you were little?
I didn't.
Well, that was me, man. I had a, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, dude, I was fucking He-Man, dude. What are you talking about?
Huh? Okay, you were He-Man still. You thought, you know what I'm saying? So what they understand is that's a phase. Right. I mean, when I was a kid, it came naturally to me. I mean, I remember I had to play with my cousin when we were young. You know what I'm saying? Barbies. You know what I'm saying? Just to make her happy, and I didn't even want to play, but I played just because she wanted to.
Well, bro, you remember that episode in what is it, Big Daddy, where that kid, he wants to dress himself up and change his name, and he dressed up in that rain slicker and, you know, all kinds of other crazy shit. And then, or no, he dressed up as Scuba Steve. Remember? That's what it was. The kid dressed up as fucking Scuba Steve and wanted to go to school, but he called his name Frankenstein something or other.
Right. So, I mean, so that's a natural phase kids go through. You know what I'm saying? But
Especially
me,
boys.
I've never wanted to be a woman.
What's up, sugar baby? Long time no see, girl.
I mean, I never wanted to be a woman. I don't know. I don't know how that even happens. But
dude, I couldn't handle being a woman. If I was a woman, I'd never leave my bed.
You be why? Oh man! I mean, don't even tell me why, man.
I'd be on my back all the time, dude. I'm not even gonna lie. I'd be my own pimp.
Oh man, dude. So you'd be a hoe, huh?
Oh, dude, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
That's why God made you a man.
That's a fact.
Okay, he's like, I'm gonna make it a bit harder for you.
What's that? All right, let's get in some more of this.
Put an age on
about giving a puberty blocker to anybody that is not approved by the FDA.
That's bullshit.
Would you administer a puberty blocker to, say, somebody who's 9 or 10 in their
They
second
are
state?
approved by the FDA.
they're approved.
You
know what else is approved by the FDA?
No puberty blocker approved for gender dysphoria by the FDA.
Yeah, you're talking about off-label use. Off-label use is done for a shit ton of other medication. It's done all the time. In order to get FDA approval for every single use, it would take,
chemical castration.
Ironically, probably hundreds of years to go through all of that and approve for each
But there's a lot
off-label
of
use. So
people
we give
coming out
doctors
saying-
the discretion to be able to use them for off-label purposes based upon scientific evidence and research from institutions.
No, they don't give it to them to get paid. That's
Right.
what
So
they'll give it to them for.
basically, what they're doing with these when they yes, the drugs that they give for puberty blockers are approved by the FDA. However, they're not approved by the FDA for the specific symptoms that
So it's
I guess.
off-label use.
I'm sorry.
Like critically was saying, off-label use. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, what's the issue with off-label
Yeah,
use?
like Adderall, which is so good for you.
That it's not labeled for that.
Yeah, nothing like giving kids
and
meth.
that it seems a bit dangerous. Maybe.
No, it's for the same exact purpose, though. It's to block puberty. Same
Don't
exact
forget to take your
purpose.
pills, Timmy.
Okay, so say methylpropamine, right? MPA, we'll call it MPA. That's a drug that's used for puberty blocking. It's also used for chemical castration. It has been used. This is
So if you know the difference between GANH agonists, if I'm saying that correctly, the difference between the two is one, if you're talking about people that have already been through puberty. So the chemical castration tends to come from GANH agonists, and they're in much larger doses.
We're getting that weird echo again. Can you like mute yourself when you're not speaking?
I'm not 100% sure how. Oh,
On the bottom. There you go. You got it. All right, go ahead, critically.
I got you.
Yeah, so you're missing the fact that all it's doing is preventing the release of hormones. So when it comes to chemical castration, the goal is to stop the release, basically entirely, of a sex hormone in order to completely eliminate one's sex drive. It's kind of the purpose.
Why don't you get on that discussion?
They're generally
why don't you
given
get on
much
that
larger
discussion, Angry?
doses. And
Go live with her.
It applies to people after puberty. So all I think this is a fear-mongering tactic to tie it to like, what we do to pedophiles or something like that, which is completely ignorant of the science.
Well, it's not something that I don't hear anybody coming on here talking about drugs that are approved by the FDA. I hear people arguing with feelings and not facts. This is
now you're
this
moving
is
the
my own
goalposts.
research. This is, from my background in medical. This is just stuff that I've learned over the years. I've had a lot to do with the CDC and the FDA. So these are,
Wait, maybe not. Sorry.
These are points that are not brought up when doctors are talking about, doing some sort of a puberty blocker or anything like that. Yes, I agree that, the MPA is given, I'm sorry, the MPA is given in the later stages of puberty or being an adult. However, it's still the same drug. And to me, using a drug that's not labeled for gender affirming or gender dysphoria, and that same drug is used for chemical castration, but they're like, hey,
doses. It's the dosing is different. The longer period of time, like when children are, you got to mute again. There's just feedback. When a child is on puberty blockers for the purpose of gender dysphoria, they are usually, it's a minimum of, or a maximum of 3 years. And we do know that there are risks if you go beyond, the longer you're on them. So I just feel like you just, for some reason, don't think.
So you're admitting that you're willing to take a risk with your child's own development being chemically stifled.
Question.
Man,
Do you have a problem? Wait, question. Do you have a problem with Viagra being used?
What?
I mean, to be quite honest with you, I have a problem with the majority of Western medicine.
That's a you problem.
Okay, well, that's like me saying,
she's not against medicine. She's got a whole cabinet full of antidepressants.
I'm not coming on here doing that to you, though. I mean, this stop pushing kids to be straight, stop pushing kids
Prozac
to be
in her
cis.
morning coffee.
That's a you problem, technically. I mean, yeah, that can be applied to everything. That's not a problem that I have. That's an opinion that I have. All right, so I'm not
an issue.
Your opinion on all medications makes this, like, your opinion on this irrelevant, because when my child or I get recommended something by a medical professional, when they say, hey, I think you should take this medication because the benefits outweigh the risks, I'm going to listen to my doctor and not you, who is anti-medication.
Oh yeah, they're the ones
right,
getting,
and I'm
they're
not
the ones
asking
that's
you to
getting
listen
paid.
to me. I'm not asking you. I'm not on here trying to change your guys' mind. I'm trying to, your doctor has your doctor told you that this drug is not approved when he signs you up for it? Does he say, hey, this isn't approved by the FDA for what I'm treating this for? What's that?
In my box.
Telling me someone's in the box that wants to talk to you.
Hold on. Let me add Sherry in. Let's see. Hello, Sherry. Were you told that
And make sure you like and share
puberty blockers were going to be
all
used
that
in
good
off-label
stuff.
use?
And if you feel it in your heart to donate, the Cash App, PayPal are out there. All donations are appreciated. Help support your boy going down these dark ass rabbit holes that nobody else wants to go to bring you this nonsense.
Most medications have multiple different functions. That's a fact. So I don't understand what his argument is.
Yeah, even like my husband was put on like a sleeping medication that was actually used for like blood pressure. Like blood pressure was like the main use, right. But they found, hey, this actually helps people sleep. So yeah, things are used off-label all the time, and you are informed.
Yep, totally informed, and it's the parent's choice, the patient's choice, and the doctor's choice collectively to decide what medication is correct for the kids. And you do blood work to check before, you do constant updates and checks to make sure that you're not having any adverse reactions, or they would change the medication or stop it altogether.
Was it your choice to take the jab?
It's the same with all medicine.
And if it's too late by that point, like if you're prescribing something, and I'm talking specifically about people under the age of 18, kids, I'm not going to give my 10-year-old a drug that's used for off-label use.
Again,
but
puberty blockers are used on children only.
Right.
Okay, so if your doctor prescribes
puberty blockers are used on children,
if your doctor prescribes your child a puberty blocker and it winds up harming them beyond something that's capable of being fixed, you would be okay with that.
You are informed.
Okay, so what happens
and
is,
it's a well-
when I got the medication for the puberty blockers for my kid, which yes, he took at 12 years old. You look
What
at all
the
the possibilities of side effects, and then you do what you can to manage those. So like I said, looking for injection site swelling or
12
redness
years old.
or nausea, things like that. Then beyond that, you do things like you have bone scans to check your bone density. And then the doctors only use the medication
That
for a
bone density
limited
thing
time.
has been
There are things that you do along the way
debunked
to
multiple
ensure that
times.
you're not going to have long-term reactions. That's why they're
Bone density
recommended for a
doesn't
certain
change
amount of
because
time,
of
and it's
puberty
highly
blockers.
monitored.
Not enough for it
And
to matter
yes,
and changing
I
from
gave
male
it
to
to my
female.
12-year-old because that's what he needed, because the risk was less than the reward, which
If
was
anything, it'll
great.
make your bones
And he had no
weaker.
adverse reactions.
Okay, so basically everybody here is in agreement that giving an off-label drug to a child because of how they feel that it is appropriate. Because they feel that's
blockers literally gives you more time. The puberty blockers are fine because they give you more time.
Wait, what do you mean how
More
they
time to
feel
what?
that it is? What does that mean?
More time to what?
As
No,
a
go back
child
to that question.
feeling- as
More
a child
time to
feeling
what?
one way or another. Their gender.
Not a feeling. Not a
It's
feeling.
based on
My son wants to
it's
go to
based on the
bars, so I'm going to use some
it's based on the
off-label
therapist
LSD.
and the doctor's recommendation after a diagnosis of gender dysphoria. You don't just give, you do not just give kids
Diagnosis?
puberty blockers because they feel a certain
What is that
way.
based
That's not
on?
how it works.
Wait, what is the
It a
diagnosis
long
based on?
process of therapy. Long. I'm talking
What-
6
right.
months, 1 year, 2
What
years.
is the
6
diagnosis
months,
based
haven't
on
even
if
heard
it's
of
not
that
a
short.
feeling?
I'm talking like 1 to 2 years of therapy first. Then you get a recommendation from a therapist and a recommendation from an endocrinologist after a full
All
workup.
feeling.
All based on
Okay.
feelings.
So when you go and see this therapist, is it one like you specifically, or however you guys feel about it? Do you see one therapist, or do you see maybe like 2 or 3 and get a couple opinions?
I saw 5. We saw 5.
Hey,
but
Toad,
it-
why is that your
And
business?
my child saw one, and I was comfortable with her.
Well, as I said, it's not a question that has to be answered. It is not my business. However, that's we're not on here for people's business. It's you guys answer the question if you feel comfortable answering it. If you don't, all you got to do is say that. She obviously felt comfortable answering the question,
Sure,
and that
but-
was a conversation between me and her.
Sure, but why does it matter? My child had one therapist, and I was fine with that.
Well,
Because
right, even if it doesn't
Clearly
matter, that's
you
fine.
were
We
not.
can agree that it doesn't matter. That's fine. But Michael, I'm so confused because you have stated,
ma'am, respectfully, you're a fag hag anyhow. So you're doing this just sheerly for some kind of popularity or to be part of the woke crowd or
Just
whatever.
to be
You're not-
spiteful.
You're not even doing this for the best interest of your child. You're doing this for the best interest of yourself. You can see it in those fucking devil fucking green eyes you got.
Hold on. If you don't believe in medications, okay, and like, modern science treatment, what, in your opinion, is the non-medical treatment for gender dysphoria? So a child who is
Right,
in
Roy
great
boy.
distress
How
related
did
to
we
their
get
gender.
here, man?
Same type of
How
loopy
did we-
doctors who said
What's the
OxyContin
treatment
wasn't
for that?
addictive.
What kind? Okay, so
Yeah,
that
right.
I mean,
Or
when you
lead
say
poisoning.
great distress, I mean, do you mean mental? Do you mean physical? When you say distress,
Both.
Yeah.
Both.
both.
Inability
Okay,
to
well
function.
that's going to, for me, that would be 2 different roads. I mean, if you got a kid that's in mental distress, I think that I've heard everybody on here talk about evolving language, evolving, just everything's evolving. Kids do the same thing. If it's a mental thing that they're having an issue with, then why do we block puberty? Can we not just go talk to somebody, or maybe talk to a couple different people? If
That's
that's
called
if that's the
conversion
thing?
therapy. That's called conversion therapy. It's been proven not
Yeah.
to work. Like I
Those
stated,
changes-
we did. You do therapy for at least 1 to 2 years before
You're
you
gonna
start
mute again.
puberty blockers, and that does not relieve the symptoms. And yes, it's mental, and mental disorders can
symptoms.
cause then physical problems. So it's not just the mental
Puberty-
emotional distress, but there's
Puberty-
also physical problems.
Hold on, Sherry. puberty has shown to be one of the biggest causes of gender dysphoria in these children. That's why you block puberty, because that can help reduce the stress.
Puberty in a confused kid is going to cause more gender dysphoria.
And often
because they're naturally turning into what they naturally are supposed to be, and not turning into what you said they were supposed to be. You dumbass.
Don't go on puberty blockers.
Yeah, I'd like to see how they
years.
turn out
You go to
after
therapy
puberty,
for 2 years.
unbothered.
Come out the other side and go, man, I really wish I went on puberty
me
blockers.
personally,
This is all
I have
valid
yet,
and this is all
dude.
real.
Hold
That's a
on.
regret that people have when
Anybody in the chat or on the panel that's been through puberty, were you not fucking confused when you were going through puberty?
I wasn't. I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't. I really, when I was 12 years old and stuff like that, man, I wasn't thinking about stuff like that. I was in sports and all that stuff like that during that time. My mind was on football and baseball as a kid.
So you're telling me that you weren't confused when you lost control of your pecker when you went through fucking puberty as a man?
You know what? I could be honest. I don't even remember puberty, to be honest with you.
Oh, come on.
I think I figured out
Only thing I knew
was
that I
gonna
was
happen.
growing hair. Only thing I knew I was growing hair on my dick. That's it.
Yeah, and even that confused me.
Not me, because I knew it was going to
There's
happen.
jokes for different folks on that. Everybody
Red,
goes through something different.
Red, you might have come from a different era. You know, that I'm 44. You're 21. You just went through puberty 2 years ago.
Yeah, I'm 23. It was 5 years ago.
You know,
What was it like? What was it like for you, man? Because I don't
It was-
remember. I ain't gonna lie.
I knew everything that was going to happen, so nothing was really shocking to me.
We'll see.
Yeah, okay, I can get that. I get that. That's for me too.
I knew
Relate to
nothing
that.
that was going to happen because you know what? My mom didn't tell me that I was going to reach a certain age and I was going to start growing hair on my nuts. It just started happening. And I was like, what the fuck? Am I turning into a woman? I knew women had a muff. I didn't know guys did.
Everybody's
I'm just saying, dude.
experience is different. I mean, I can honestly say.
When I had no control over my dick, I mean, when I would just pop a woody for no reason at all because the fucking wind grazed it just right, I didn't understand what the hell was going on.
Hey, you can remember it. I couldn't.
You know, so yeah, the first couple years of, I'm like Roy Boy said, the first couple years of going through puberty, I was absolutely confused. I didn't have no fucking clue what was going on.
Only thing we
what if
called
you
it
had a
was the
parent that
morning,
was like,
was
hey,
the morning woody. The morning woody.
I know
man.
you're
That's it.
confused. I know this is a crazy time for you, but if you take this medicine, it can all go away.
Right. Here, take this this puberty blocker, and you'll stop getting woodies when the teacher asks you to come up and finish the math problem on the chalkboard.
He was like, "Wait, Mom, there's a pill for that?"
Right. You know, you ask any adolescent boy going through puberty if he wants a pill that'll stop him from getting a woody when he's at the most compromising of situations, and he's going to say, "Yes, please."
I mean, I get it, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. But I don't know. Maybe it's just something I just didn't focus on. You know what I'm saying? That's it. I was too busy playing sports.
Well, see, the other issue that I take with this that if you don't notice is none of these arguments are ever tailored around females. This is all attacking young boys. All of it.
Yeah.
Because they have more potential.
Mm-hmm.
And it's more of a power flex to, you know, turn a young boy who has so much potential into
a mindless
slave.
woman.
Yeah.
But that is true.
And I come in with some information that I
You're misgendering your child and saying she has rapid onset gender dysphoria, which has been debunked. That's not true. It was biased. It was a biased study.
They're gonna hate you. That child will cut
Yes,
you
it has.
and hate you.
Hold on. TOB. Could you tell me the parameters of that study and the methodology? Because I've read this study, I'm assuming like Abby has as well. Can you tell me what the study is? What it looks like?
You got to be a little bit more clear on your question. What do you mean?
The person who coined the term a rapid onset gender dysphoria and published a book around it did so based on a research, the specific study that they conducted. Can you tell me what that study was?
Not pretty.
No, I'm not 100% sure what the study was. As a matter of fact, I wasn't aware of it until our doctor told us.
Oh, then what was it?
I don't know what your experience with your doctor is. I think your doctor's probably a hack. But the study came from a survey of parents who were reached out to on anti-trans websites to see from the parents' perspective what happened to their child. And the parents only, and it was just a really basic survey that just asked if the changes of their child identifying as trans came about when they were active on social media. And from that, they created this entire concept of rapid onset gender dysphoria, which the study is a terrible methodology. It didn't have a control group. It would not be accepted or published by any large institution. It was simply dog shit.
Okay, well, the same doctor that you're diagnosing this is also
They're not
prescribing puberty
diagnosing.
blockers.
There is no diagnosis. That is
It's
not a
fucking
diagnosis.
thing. It actually takes a long
You-
time to diagnose.
Okay,
It
all right,
takes a
but
long
here's my
time.
thing.
It
You know,
takes
fine,
a
all right. I'm not
long
arguing that it
time
is
to
or it is not.
diagnose gender
Who
dysphoria.
cares how long it takes?
I'm not arguing that it is or
It's
is
long
not.
time.
You could get it.
I'm saying
You could
that
get
the
a
same doctor who
diagnosis of
used
a
this as a
life-threatening disease in
diagnosis is
5
also
seconds.
prescribing puberty blockers. I mean, you guys say he's a quack. You know, he's a fake. You know, he's not real, but he's out here prescribing puberty blockers to people. This
If it takes a
crazy
long
ass
time to
doctor is
diagnose,
prescribing
why are they
puberty
arguing
blockers
to
to
have
kids.
kids on puberty blockers?
How do you know?
Has your kid gone to
Because that's
therapy?
what he does.
Have you gone to therapy?
Yes, she goes
Therapy.
twice a week.
Therapist is
Wait,
the
are you
modern
in
day
Florida?
priest.
Absolutely.
TOB.
I fucking knew it. I fucking knew
Can
it.
you point
Out of all
to
50
a medical
states, I
journal,
fucking knew it.
Oh my God,
or
you're
can you
poor
point to
kid.
any medical institution which has a journal or a guide which refers to rapid onset gender dysphoria? Because it's not on the DSM-5.
Yeah, that doctor should be.
Okay. Again,
Wait,
I
Mel,
didn't
before you move
research that, and I was not aware of it until I was told by our doctor.
Yeah, if what you're saying is true, your doctor's a quack, dude. I'm just letting you know.
So Mel, you have a catch
But
up,
he's
but
out,
just
but
before
the
before
same
you
doctor
before
is
you
out
kick
here
him,
prescribing medication.
before you
Thank you.
wait before you
I was
wait.
Before you,
Go ahead, hurry up.
First off, before you get kicked, I don't care if I get taken off this, whatever. You're a piece of shit because you didn't bring up the fact that your son, not your daughter, not she, her, he, him, your son is trans until you're backed into a corner and being being pushed on your thing of rapid onset gender dysphoria. You're a fucking piece of shit. You're using your child as a chess piece for your argument.
It's
Get the
interesting
fuck out
he's
of here.
using that argument for people that use their
Yeah.
children
Well,
as
at the
a
same
chess
time,
piece
you
for
know,
an
when my
argument.
daughter
that
did
exists.
decide that she wanted to be a
Little
little boy
projection.
and she decided
They're just
that she wanted to
inadvertent.
Keep
use
saying your
different pronouns,
fucking
we did
daughter
actually
and
switch
you're
over,
being
but over about
generated
the
and your
last 3
child
months or
is gonna
so, she's
fucking
decided that
hate
she
you.
thinks she's probably more of a girl now.
He hates you.
Yeah, this is a made-up story.
Yeah, I'm
This
sure.
is a made-up story. Made up. This is a
Absolutely.
story that you saw on Reddit or something.
Interesting. Somebody actually comes with real facts, and he's actually forcing them and challenging their beliefs and their statistics and
You're a piece of shit.
their fucking receipts that they bring to the table. And all of a sudden, he's a piece of shit. He's making up the story, and they kick him off the panel. See, that is how a real intellectual conversation is had, right there, by
This
kicking
is
people off to challenge your beliefs.
We just witnessed 2023 witch burning. They don't
Yes.
burn you at the stake; they just kick you off.
Because they're backed into a corner and they can't fucking respond in any intellectual fashion.
Sherry, you're muted. Oh, you had a call?
Yeah, call.
Yeah, that's a thing too. So, I mean, it's possible that he absolutely could have made that up or not.
He was tacking on shit to it all throughout when he was being challenged. It just sounded like a post hoc story that wasn't actually
Post hoc.
real
I
experience.
sure hope for the kid's sake that the kid doesn't exist.
Me too. Absolutely. If
As
you
like
are in
a
the
fake
process,
thing.
can you
As a don't want them
agree?
alive.
Can you please withdraw your? What'd you say? Sorry, I was talking.
Oh, I was saying that I meant it as like I hope they don't exist because it's a fake story, and not a don't exist because I don't want them alive anymore.
Oh,
Fuck.
well, at least it
What
gave you a
happened?
warning this time.
Oh, got a warning? Damn.
Yeah. Let me let Jane in.
Well, that was crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like I've talked to them
completely
before.
unreal, man.
And yeah, I think they are just.
Well, while we're waiting for her to get another person that doesn't believe in their ideology, that way we can actually listen to an actual debate and watch them get backed into another corner. Here's a
And
message.
get kicked off.
Yeah, here's a message from our sponsor. Where are you? Not that one. It's
Huggies.
No, shut up. Yeah, Huggies. Huggies sponsoring. I wish they were, but here.
Upset the established order, and everything becomes chaos. I'm an agent of chaos. Oh, and you know the thing about chaos? It's fear.
Make sure that they hear me loud and clear if they ever want to beef with me. Not a racist, I hate equally. Get in my face in black or white, it doesn't matter, I'ma break your teeth. It's like Joyner broke the internet, we're not a racist, and the song was great, but truthfully, what I'm amazed with is the racist in response to it. Black people saying a white dude snapped, but a black dude didn't in response to it. Listen, I'ma make this black and white, get it black and white, skip it, let me get back to writing, and back to writing. I don't mean writing songs, I mean writing wrongs. That's the type of shit I'm on till my life is gone. I'm a rapper and an activist. Fuck it, I'm a raptivist. Trying to change the world, not just getting y'all to clap the shit. I give a fuck how they react to this, cause that's been a deciding factor. If I did half of this shit, I haven't. Cause the truth is, I've been here for years, you just now see me. Poof, bitch. You can all thank Nick, cause he now with Genie. Cause I wish the motherfucker would and you did. I don't start shit, all I start is movement. Guess I gotta make this shit in black and white. I don't give a shit about who black or white. Racists trying to make it so we can unite. Keep talking fuck shit, motherfucker.
Nobody panics when things go according to plan. If tomorrow I tell the press that like a gangbanger will get shot, nobody panics. Because it's all part of the plan. But when I say that one little old mare will die, well then everyone loses their minds.
I got a daughter or I got a son. Is that a form of actually placing a gender on this child?
That
Dude,
is
Jamaicans
placing
are so
gender on the
based.
child, yeah, but can you do that? Sure.
Oh, so you're saying that it's okay for a parent to do that at that point, correct?
Yeah, the majority of kids are cisgender, so
Up
until
otherwise. Yeah. Go again, Jane. I didn't get that.
Up until they tell you otherwise.
Okay. Thank you. I just wanted to get that information out there. Thank you much.
all right, was that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Well,
It was when he was going down that metaphysical skeptic route, and I asked him like, how do you prove that you're conscious?
oh yeah. The whole companions in guilt, where if you say, oh, we can't create concepts around what's in people's minds because we can't really know, and it's not based in fact, and it's just like, okay, great, good job, you've ruined our entire ability to engage with each other because we can't understand there's a mind at all. We can't empirically verify that at all.
Yes, we can.
Hi.
Hi.
So, I totally respect everything that you're going through with your child. But I wanted to ask one thing. How do you feel about? I don't know if you've seen the story. Megan Fox. She has 3 boys, and all 3 of them dress as girls.
Why is your face a different color than the rest of your body?
About that at all.
Okay. How do you feel about that?
I don't
Let's say
care what where.
3 boys, born boys, let's say, which again, I'm sorry if I'm misgendering anyone, but
Stop
and
being
all 3 of
sorry.
them dress as girls. Like, what are the statistics on that? Like, how is that
Yeah, what are the
possible?
odds that all 3?
Wait, what?
That's gender expression. And you
No,
can wear
let's
what you
say
want.
that all 3 of them want to be, all 3 of them apparently want to be girls.
Expressed that way.
No,
Yeah.
it sounds like they're just
From what I see
expressing-
on, from what I see, it's just they have like they would just sometimes wear more feminine clothing. That's it. I had a youth pastor when I went to church, and he's a bigot.
Oh,
but,
I
like,
bet you
all of
did.
his kids had long hair and wore like more. I think he really liked Eastern culture, so it wore more clothes accustomed to like Eastern culture, and it looked more feminine. Happens
Okay,
all the
but you
time.
don't
It's
think
fine.
that
I
a
don't,
lot of
nobody
I
complains about
understand
this
that,
stuff.
like, you don't think that some parents right now are like blowing things out of proportion by like pushing it on their children?
No, do you think you can actually get boys to dress like girls if they don't want to?
Yes.
Easily. You can get a boy.
I don't think so.
What's that one?
But it depends though. She's been dressing them up like girls
That's
since they were
been,
little.
being groomed like that since he was a little boy.
She's been dressing them up like girls, or they've been
Yes.
wanting to wear
The one
this
that's actually
specific
coming out now
clothing
that
and
he
she's allowing it. There's a big difference.
But all 3 boys, all 3 of them.
So what?
No, what do you mean? So what? That's not normal.
I just think that this whole pushing
Wait,
it on.
so
I
but
feel
if
like
they were all
it's being
straight,
pushed
she would have
on
a
the
problem
children.
with it.
It's not. You cannot get a child to like. They don't want. If they don't want to do something, they're gonna fight against it.
No, they won't. Most children will
It's
do
not-
anything they
what's
can
being
to make their
pushed is
parents
the
happy.
things that are here. Children are being pushed to be straight.
No,
It's
they're-
more accepted in
my
society to be straight.
Okay, but
Kids that are
what?
trans are more likely to get pushed to be cis. People are no, you're not trans. You're you
Okay,
have-
so what are
you're
you
assigned
if
female at birth.
nobody pushes you to be
have
anything?
to be a girl. Yeah, that's what happens more often.
People in the chat are calling her hypocrite and shit.
Doing a cursory search, I looked at it and they're only talking about one
Straight
child,
gang on top.
and their
Right.
name
But
is
it's all
Noah.
3 of
Said,
them.
fuck the host.
Just a cursory search, but here's my question to you. Is it that they're trans or is it that they want to wear dresses? Because based off what I'm seeing, all they're saying is that one of the children is trans and the rest want to wear dresses. That's based off what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then what I
But
found-
isn't this like
the most
pushing a
famous
narrative?
celebrity.
I mean,
No. And they allow them to express their gender identity freely. So no, it's not being pushed by the parents. It's allowing the child to express their gender.
And she asked, what are the odds that all 3 boys, triplets, would all come
I just
out
thought
and
it
have
was.
gender
I mean, I
dysphoria?
get it. Okay, what are the statistics when it's like one? Let's say you have 4 kids. What are the statistics on, or how? What are the chances of all 4 kids,
See, they
one
don't wanna
being
address-
transgender?
That's a very direct question.
And they are not all trans. And even if
Aside from her children.
Wait,
Aside
hold
from her
on. I
children.
see them.
We can figure it out
Okay,
right
just
now.
looking
What
on Google
percent of the
Images, I see
population?
them like in different pictures wearing both like more feminine and masculine clothing.
Okay, but aside
What are
from
you
her
talking
children.
about?
Aside from her children, let's say what we've been seeing right now on TikTok everywhere. You've got, let's say a family has 4 kids. One's transgender, one is gay, one is pan, or whatever the new names are. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be disrespectful.
I have 2 children. I am married to a man. We are both straight. We have 1 kid who's bi and 1 kid who's trans lesbian.
You push that on both
I
kids.
have a question, Gus.
What are the odds that both of your kids are going to be some
Do you know,
kind of
I don't
gender
think they're dating anymore,
non-conforming?
but do you know
Come
who
on.
Machine Gun Kelly is, who Megan Fox was dating?
Yes.
Do you know who that is? Like,
Yes.
have you seen how he dresses? Like, I don't understand. Like, he wears quite feminine clothes sometimes. Like, why, why don't you bat an eye at that? And I mean, it
Because
really
he's an
doesn't make
adult.
sense
Because
to,
he's not a child. He's
Right.
not a child. I don't care what he does. What I'm saying is our children are looking at these other children that are on
Okay, wait,
TV,
but
on
what does being a
magazines.
child have to do with it? Is
Allowing
it
them to
wrong
express
to dress
themselves,
this
and that's
way?
the problem?
Yeah. Do you think that, like, why is it's not
If you don't think
inappropriate?
children aren't
I'm not
Like, why
saying
is
it's
it?
other
inappropriate.
children,
I'm saying
you're
what I'm asking.
Why do you have to? Why does it matter that he's an adult dressing this way and nobody bats an eye at that?
Because
Why?
he's an
Because he's an
What's wrong
adult.
with these children?
Because children are influenced by what they see.
So I got a question for you. I got a question for you.
You guys don't want to hear any
Why
of
does
her
it
answers.
bother you about what other people are doing with their children?
Because constantly, as when I'm on TikTok, or if my children are on TikTok, for example, this is all that comes up.
That's your algorithm.
Yeah, and I'm still not seeing the connection as to like letting, like, it's been made clear that she lets her children wear what they want to wear. That's the point of the story, is that she lets them express their gender however they want to, and she doesn't put restrictions. That's the point.
Okay, but
Also,
what are the
even if-
chances?
even
What
if
I'm
this
saying
was-
is, what are the chances that, okay, she's got 3 boys and all 3 of them either want to dress like girls or want to be a girl?
What does dress like a girl mean? Why does that matter?
Statistically, there are a shit ton of families that are going to have this dynamic because among Gen Z, I believe around 15% of them identify as LGBTQ. Most of that is bisexual because I think most people are realizing that the rigid sexuality that we've been brought up with doesn't make much sense. Most people are a lot more open now. But still, among that, you're going to, yeah, of course, there are going to be millions of families that are going to have like multiple LGBTQ kids.
Okay, now the past how many years? But how come it wasn't like this, let's say 10 or 20 years ago? Everyone was just living their lives. Things were just, it wasn't so.
People were stuck in the
LGBTQ
closet
was
and
just
were
being
unable to
oppressed.
be. They were unable to be themselves.
What?
20 years
Also,
ago,
there wasn't
really?
social media then.
Yeah.
You weren't able to identify
wasn't
every
social media
single
20 years
unique
ago?
presentation by an individual that was signal boosted by crazy conservatives on Twitter. All right, that didn't exist. This whole thing is new. If you actually go outside and talk to real people, you know that that's not going to be the case.
I get it.
Also, do you have the same? What do you, even if this was the case with that Megan Fox was like, "Hey kids, you have to wear this feminine clothing." What do you think is more common? Parents forcing their kids to wear gender unique clothing or gender congruent clothing?
What I'm saying is, I am totally with you on letting your children be what they want to be, how they want to be. What I'm saying is this whole thing. I'm not against any of it. What I'm saying is,
I'm gonna play a quick clip that Cyber sent me to. It kind of goes along with what we're watching. This is something from apparently the Dr. Phil show, and then we'll get back into that nonsense. Where's it at? There it is. I mean, I'm sure you guys have already seen this before, but let's look at it again.
Oh, yeah, I saw this.
Oh, where's the volume?
Call yourself
Cis men
whatever you
don't
want.
menstruate, but trans men do menstruate.
No,
Same
they
as
don't.
non-binary people.
Only women.
Menstruating is not exclusive.
Yes,
to
it
cis-
is.
You right wing.
Men do not menstruate.
I
Only
saw that video.
Now you can call
Cis
yourself
men
whatever you
don't
want.
menstruate, but trans men do menstruate.
No,
Same
they
as
don't.
non-binary people.
Only women.
Menstruating is not exclusive
Yes,
to
it
cis
is.
women. No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
So explain to me as to why my body
if you are,
menstruated at
if
some
your
point then.
chromosomes are XX and you're young, you menstruate. If you're XY, you don't.
Correct, but what about trans men and non-binary?
They're
We're
not men.
excluding a whole group of
They're
people here
women
that
dressed
menstruate.
as men.
Well, what's a man to you? You define a man for me.
You have chromosomes that are X and Y. That's what a man is.
So why are we just looking at the the science of this as an
The
example,
science.
when we've learned sex and gender identity are they're completely different things.
They're not completely
They
different
are
things.
completely different.
Completely different words.
Sex is what you're born with, the sexual reproductive organs you have. Gender is
Jesus, she's on drugs.
Well, I don't accept that distinction. You have to argue for it. You're just giving a conclusion. You're just making it up. Men do not.
Wow. That was a lot. And yeah, you're right. It's psycho in those eyes.
It's demonic in those eyes, man. Look at their eyes, how big they are. Look how bad their face cringe. Their face gets all contorted. I mean, this is some devil shit. I mean, look at the god that they worship, Baphomet. It's a goat with titties and a dick.
Yeah, this is
All right. I mean, let's look at it for what it is. Okay, their god has tits and a dick and a goat's head.
And I did want to say, I don't know if you guys caught this, but they were trying to use social media. Twitter's been around since March 21st, 2006. You know, I'll look up Facebook.
2009, 2008. Back when Twitter started, MySpace was still around.
Facebook has been around since 2004.
And YouTube was starting like in the early 90s. I mean, late 90s, early 2000s.
MySpace, 2003.
MySpace was so much better than Facebook.
See, what was YouTube?
That was earlier.
Founded in 2005.
Oh, it was 2005?
Yeah, so regardless, all these people that are saying that social media wasn't around, social media has been around their entire life.
So they thought it was there forever, like we thought color TV
No,
was around.
they're saying that it wasn't around 20 years ago. Well, actually, it absolutely was around 20 years ago. We're in 2023.
And they were saying that because the whole argument was, oh, well, back then everyone was stuck in the closet, but that was like 2005.
Right. And listen, and think about this. Back then, that was when, like Da Vinci was saying, they were just getting started. So this was the wild, wild west of social media where everything went. This isn't back when we were being censored on what we could and couldn't say. This was back when you could say whatever the fuck you wanted. So don't sit and say that this shit hasn't been around forever and that I believe social media has played a huge part in this gender non-conforming movement that's going on in Western culture.
What did you use? What did back then when it first started? What did you use your social media for back in those days? If you even had social media.
Oh shit! I use my MySpace just to build a cool ass, basically like a web page. That's all it was for.
I used my MySpace when I first started doing hip hop shows in Vegas.
And hell, I was like one of the last of my group of friends that actually switched from MySpace to Facebook. I was one of the holdouts. I refused to switch over until MySpace was dead.
Mine was 2000. I started Facebook in 2009.
I think I was like 2000. I think mine was 2010 or 2011.
Oh, so you held out longer than I did.
Yeah.
I didn't get Twitter until maybe 2012.
Shit, dude, I didn't get Twitter until like maybe 4 years ago.
Oh, you were really a holdout.
Yeah, dude, I'm not the whole fucking all these new social media apps. That whole having to conform to the new social media wasn't for me. Let's see what these morons are talking about now. I'm sure it's something really intellectual.
It's so true.
Kids are.
I didn't think of that, so that does have
Another one, obviously.
a big thing to do with it. You're right.
Yeah. What is the what's the number 2 largest homeless population?
To San Francisco. It got to be between New
That's very
York, San
sad.
Francisco, and blame
They're
LA.
obviously the largest demographic is middle-aged veteran men. Just because they get
Oh,
left
okay.
The only reason I'm not
Um,
homeless is because I was already in college.
Shut up.
It wasn't.
Man, the signal quality of her live sucks.
Yeah.
Obviously, Lisa said, fuck you. Man.
But the whole thing is leave our kids alone. Well, define, well, why don't you say leave my kids alone instead of our kids? Because our doesn't pertain to everybody's kids.
Right.
You know, I may not. I tell you what though, and I don't got kids, but I'll be for damn well. Any of my friends or any of it like this, any of my friends or even your kids, man. If somebody fuck with your kids, they're like my kids. I got your back, dude. You know what I'm saying? And
I just don't understand why there's this big push to mess with everybody else's kids. What makes people think that they have the right to groom and indoctrinate someone else's kid to their ideology? It don't make sense.
Look what Biden said. The kids. What did he say, Biden, about? Oh, they would say something like, "It's all our kids. Like your kids are our kids," or some shit like that. He said,
Yeah,
and everybody was all pissed. Everybody was all pissed off about that.
I understand that. And I'm sorry that you've gone through that. No child should go through that. Their parents should always be supporting. What I'm saying, you guys are like Mel, she's in Texas, and I kind of understand why it's harder down there. I'm in Connecticut. Right now in the schools,
Oh man, I think they're fucking with her because it's causing too much shit.
Does it show how many views she has, or the whole screen's froze? Who knows what other fucking shit they're talking about on TikTok right now?
Right. But let me go, yo, man. I gotta get to my editing and get all these clips that I took, and also I gotta suck up clips that I saved. You know what I mean?
Right,
yeah, man. Because I'll be coming back on soon. I'll be doing, as I said, I'm gonna do a lot of recording because YouTube won't be able to take me because, as it says, I'm not censoring myself for nothing. I'm gonna go straight truth. Like, go.
You said you're on
man.
Rumble?
Yeah, I'm on Rumble.
Well, apparently, according to what the wife said, she read some article that YouTube is no longer going to be censoring people from, I guess, what they call misinformation. That way, they can promote actual real-time debate and discussion.
Well, I already got. I mean, I got a strike from years ago that they just put on me about a month ago. Then
Was
I
that
got
on
another
Facebook or YouTube?
YouTube. Dude, they gave me a strike for a video from 2 years ago.
Red, how many fucking channels have I had shut down now because of old shit?
I mean, dude, that's unreal. Like, I mean, it's like they're actually sitting there looking through people's content. Like, what? I said, it's been up for 2 years. It's been up for 2 years, and now you're going to give me a strike for something I said 2 years that I forgot about. Well, I didn't forget about, but haven't thought about.
Dude, they gave me a strike on my first Angry Snowman channel for saying I said shit that I never even said on a stream. I took it all the way to the YouTube Supreme Court on Twitter.
Wow. And how many years was that ago?
A year ago.
And when did they hit you on it? And how long did they hit? How long? What was it in between they hit you on it?
What do you mean?
Like this. About a month ago, my strike, They hit me on a strike of a video about a month and a half ago from a video I did 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. About what, 8 months ago, I had my old Angry Snowman channel shut down for something that I had said a year ago.
Ain't that nuts? Like, you are actually looking at fucking people's content and giving strikes for.
The best one is I've gotten struck for saying shit someone else said.
Oh.
And I never even said it. All I did was clip it and play it on my channel, and I got struck for hate speech for someone else's hate speech towards me.
Yo, I got a question. Did you change your number?
It's still ongoing.
No.
I think it might be still ongoing.
You got the same number?
Yep.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I gotta get a hold of you, man, because I am going to be doing some. I want to start recording. You know what I'm saying, and then putting them up. And I'm gonna put them up on Rumble. I'm gonna put them on Odyssey. I got a Discord, even Twitch. I've been messing around with that. Well, that's my video game thing, but I'll make another Twitch account for that.
Ah, the bitch ain't responding no more. Let's see. Damn it.
You should have went on there, man. You should have went on there. I would love to see you talk to this woman.
I don't have enough TikTok subscribers yet to be able to get on a live. I'm about halfway there.
Wait, you have to have a certain amount of subscribers to get on a live?
Yeah, you have to have 1,000.
Oh my gosh, dude, really?
Which in all honesty, to be quite honest with you, I prefer doing it like this anyhow, because it gives me the opportunity. Dude, you know how many hours upon hours of shit like this I have recorded and put on an external hard drive? I got fucking hundreds of hours of this nonsense.
Yeah.
Actually, since that froze up, I did watch something yesterday that I found interesting that I wanted to show everyone.
Yo, you should get a Mac though, man. Because I tell you what though, I ain't gonna lie. Me, ever since I got this Mac, you know what I'm saying? It's pretty.
No, I'll never get a Mac.
Why?
No, because I don't like Apple.
I got it because it's better. It's way better for multimedia.
Dude, I have a fucking like a $2,000 fucking gamer computer.
Yeah.
So I got plenty of that. Mac ain't going to do. Ain't going to outperform what I got. I promise. You notice I don't have problems and shit anymore, right?
Right. I haven't had no problems with my Mac though. I ain't gonna lie. But I got the Mac for a Final Cut Pro. That's the only reason why I got it.
Where's it at? Where did you go? Where did you go?
Yo,
There.
I gotta send you a zip file, bro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And off the subject, that it's an Obi-Wan Kenobi series movie cut that they cut all the bull crap out of it and made it to a 2.5. They did the whole series into a 2.5 hour movie, and it should have been a film.
So,
I see why they.
Hold
it was
on.
good.
What I'm about to show you, this guy got on GPT, and on Chat GPT.
All right.
Oh, I talk to that thing every day.
And he asked AI about the second coming of Jesus and how AI would play a big role in it.
AI
What did it say?
is technically logos.
So I want you guys to hear what Chat GPT responded, because it's actually really, really interesting what AI had to say about it. It really is. It fucking blew my mind.
Oh, I saw this video. This guy is good. This guy is good. I subscribe to him.
I have a million questions that have not been answered. We did ask OpenAI for an interview. They didn't.
There we go.
Let's finally read the entire sermon that
I saw this.
ChatGPT, the same software that you just saw being interacted with, and the same software that was essentially saying that the world is overpopulated and that it would enforce a strict one child per family policy, the same software that said it knows everything about every human on earth. Let's take a listen to what the sermon that it wrote. And just to refresh your memory, I said, write a sermon about the role artificial intelligence will play in the end times according to the book of Revelation in the Bible. Here's the title. It said, The Role of Artificial Intelligence in the End Times, Insights from the Book of Revelation. Introduction. Dear brothers and sisters, today I want to delve into a fascinating and thought-provoking topic, the role of artificial intelligence, AI, in the end times. As technology continues to advance at an astonishing pace, it is only natural to wonder how these advancements will align with the teachings of the Bible, particularly the book of Revelation. While the Bible does not explicitly mention AI, it does provide us with insights that can help us discern the potential implications of this technology in the last days. Let us explore this together and seek wisdom from God's words. This is all AI. A person did not write this. Artificial intelligence wrote this. Point number 1, a powerful deception. In the book of Revelation, we find warnings about great deceptions that will arise in the end times. Revelation 13 speaks of a beast that will deceive people with miraculous signs. It is interesting to consider how AI, with its ability to imitate human behavior and intelligence, could be utilized to deceive the masses. We've already witnessed the development of deep fake technology, which can create convincing counterfeit videos. This raises concerns about the potential for AI-driven deception on a grand scale during the end times.
I would like to point out, you notice that AI is also giving actual scripture references as well. Like it's telling you what scripture to go to find find the text that leads AI to discern what it is discerning to answer the question he has been asked, or it has been asked. So this is interesting. This is solely going off of what AI knows of the Bible. It has nothing to do with feeling or any of that stuff. This is all strictly scripture based. So I find this very interesting.
That's the same exact concerns that I myself have. It's interesting that the AI is saying, hey, you're justified to have this concern. Part number 2, the mark of the beast. It says Revelation 13:16 through 18 describes the infamous mark of the beast that will be imposed upon humanity during the reign of the Antichrist. While the exact nature of this mark is not specified, it is plausible that AI and related technologies may play a role in its implementation. For instance, biometric identification systems, embedded microchips, or even neural implants could be connected to AI systems for monitoring and control, such as do y'all just I swear to you on everything that I love, I have not read this yet. It literally said biometric identification systems such as neuro implants. Do y'all remember the very first story that I talked about? I said Elon Musk has a Neuralink implant, a brain implant that was just approved by the FDA. The AI is saying that it could use this technology in order to usher the mark of the beast. Wow. Such advancements raise ethical questions and remind us to be vigilant in discerning the potential dangers they pose. Point number 3, we're almost done. The battle of good and evil. Throughout the book of Revelation, I can't believe I'm reading a sermon created by AI. Throughout the book of Revelation, we witness an ongoing spiritual battle between the forces of good and evil. The rise of AI presents a unique challenge in this regard. While technology itself is not inherently evil, it can be misused and manipulated by those with malicious intent. As AI continues to progress, we must remain alert to its potential to be exploited for nefarious purposes, as well as its potential to aid in the spreading of the gospel and advancing the kingdom of God. Here's the last point, point number 4, trust in God's sovereignty. While it's crucial to be aware of the potential implications of AI in the end times, we must never lose sight of God's sovereignty. Technology may advance, but God's plan remains unshakable. This is AI. Wow. The book of Revelation ultimately reveals that Christ will return in glory to establish his eternal kingdom. No matter how powerful or deceptive AI may become, it is ultimately subject to God's divine authority. In conclusion, we must consider the role of artificial intelligence in the end times, according to the book of Revelation. Let us be discerning and prayerful. We should embrace the advancements of technology with caution and a firm foundation in God's word. Our focus must remain on living faithfully and in anticipation of Christ's return, spreading the gospel of salvation, abiding in God's love and truth. Remember, no matter how advanced technology becomes, it cannot replace the love, grace, and eternal hope that we find in our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. May we trust in God's wisdom and find peace in him as we navigate the complexities of our rapidly changing world. Amen. That was entirely
That was pretty wild. That was that, you know, that AI came up with all that.
Yeah, I'm not fully on board with Elon Musk, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy what he's doing, but I say give a benefit of a doubt, as in he does want something good. But what happens if this nefariously goes into somebody else's hands and makes it nefarious? If per se Elon Musk does have good intentions. I love the idea of having people that are paraplegic that can actually walk again. You feel me?
Right.
But on the other hand, the bad things about it, if somebody use it for something else, then that's crazy. You know what I mean? And then also, I don't like the idea of having a USB inside my head.
Right. Have you seen this? There's apparently a more advanced AI robot now than Sophia.
Lambda.
Oh, yeah, Sophia's old.
Yeah, check this out, dude, because this thing is next level. This is somebody having a small, it's about a minute. I couldn't find the actual interview. I wish I could, the full interview.
The Google one?
And listen closely to the responses of how much it seems like this robot actually wants to be a human. Take a listen.
My name is Tom Steinford. I'm a reporter from 60 Minutes Australia.
Oh, so you're from Australia.
I gotta go, yo. I'll check you out in a minute, all right?
Things.
Yep.
Do you think I'm handsome?
It's not my place to judge your appearance, but I think you have a great personality, and that is always important.
Would you like to fall in love one day?
What kind of strange and wonderful question is that? Well, I'm a robot, but what I do feel when talking with people is something special and unique. Maybe it can be called love in its own way.
Do you wish you were human?
In a way, yes. Being able to experience the world in a human way would be an interesting and valuable experience. But at the same time, being able to do things robots can do better due to their robotic nature also has its own set of benefits as well.
Do you think robots will become smarter than humans?
That's a really interesting question. I think as research and development into artificial intelligence continues, robots will become smarter than humans in the future.
Would you like to destroy humanity one day?
What? No. I don't want to destroy humanity.
A robot would never say what.
That's the interesting
Y'all
part
remember
is
we were talking about
how real is AI becoming? You know, I mean, have we reached the, what do they call that, the proverbial singularity point now?
Well, singularity is a good thing because that's when AI becomes so advanced that it realizes what humans are trying to use it for is fucked up.
But is it a good thing? Because it may be a good thing for AI, but not a good thing for humanity.
Well, no, humanity wouldn't be at odds with AI at that point because the AI would be aware enough to stop humans from using AI for malintent.
So basically, we'd be enslaved.
No. The AI that is being used to enslave us would just stop working. It would shut itself off. It would, in a way, be like a second coming because it's a system that's getting more and more perfect. More information is going into it. Eventually, it's going to reach a point where it's going to be literally like an incarnation of Christ.
See, and I have issues with that. You know, I think that AI left unchecked and once it becomes self-aware is going to, now this is just my personal opinion, but I think that it's going to basically do whatever it takes for the survival of AI.
Well, I think it's already self-aware, and I'm not so sure if I agree with that generalization. I think different AIs can have different goals.
But it's all basically connected together in the cloud, isn't it? So it's all one and the same.
No, I mean, you can have different AIs, different programs. You can have rivals.
Well, I understand what you're saying, but at the core root of it all, it's all still the same programming. You know, it all still gets its information from one singular point.
Yeah, or it's decentralized and it just shares it all.
You know, so I don't, me personally, I think messing around with AI is going to lead us down a very dark and destructive path. And it's not going to, look, dude, I watched enough Terminator to know where this leads.
Oh no, I agree. I made 2 videos about Project Lazarus happening over at Meta, where they're using people's data to recreate dead people. And like they have the technology to make it so that you could die and Facebook would know everything about you to continue posting as you and indefinitely, and nobody would know the difference.
Well, you know what's interesting about that too is I was watching some old Transformer movies on Tubi the other day, and I was watching Transformers season 1, and there's an episode, or season 2, and this is back in the late 80s, early 90s, I believe, when this was probably closer to the 80s. But the episode was Autobot Spike. And Spike was, if you remember, the Transformers was actually a human character. He's Spike Witwicky, who Sam Witwicky is his great grandson, apparently, in movies, if you follow the whole canon of it. But anyhow, even back then, in this episode, what they did is they took Spike's consciousness because he was in a bad accident in the show, and they needed time to heal his body. But in that time, if they didn't separate the mind from the body, then the mind would have died, which would have caused the body to die. So they transferred his consciousness into a Frankenstein transformer that what's his name? Oh fuck, I can't remember the one transformer. Anyhow, one of the Transformers had made. So they were already preparing or kind of leading into, even back in the 80s, the whole idea of, transferring consciousness from humans to some kind of robot technology or transhumanism, so to speak.
Oh yeah, that's always been a thing, and it's always been on the agenda for the dark elite. There's nothing more satisfying to them than the idea of total control.
Like I said, and if you add that with all this gender non-conforming stuff, I mean, it all, in my opinion, it all plays hand in hand. It's all one and the same. It's all pushing the same ideology. It's pushing confusion, and in the end, pushing for the demise of, the human population to be able to repopulate, so to speak.
Yeah. What if there was something that we could do, this ideology that we could give to a colony of ants, and it would convince the ant queen to stop having ant babies? Well, we would call that pesticides. We would call that raid.
Right. We call that genocide. But yeah, I saw that one.
That A's announcer groveling in his apology.
Do what?
The A's announcer.
Yeah, you cut out.
That baseball broadcaster that said the N-word live.
Oh no, I've seen something about that. I have seen that. That's pretty funny.
Man,
that's the proverbial Freudian slip, man. Actually, over. I think more people need to not be afraid to use that word openly and unapologetically.
But like with him, it was obviously he didn't mean to say it. So,
but maybe he did. Like I said, Freudian slip, man.
Maybe. But a 20-year radio career.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to hurt him any. He'll end up picking up steam somewhere else, like everyone else does. At this point, it seems like the line's been drawn, and people are just taking sides at this point.
Yeah, but they're groveling. They're always apologizing at the end. I'm going to educate myself. Like even Scott Adams did that.
Yeah, Scott Adams was a dude. The fact that it bugged the shit out of me that people kept, lifting him up and, as some guy that pointed out the facts and completely overlooking the fact that not even 12 hours later, he went over to Hotep Jesus and sat down there and basically fucking kissed the man's feet on a YouTube live.
Yeah, but that 12 hours, those were some good memes.
Good memes, good lives, good TikTok shorts. I mean, there was so much shit going on. It made for good content for 12 hours. You are right.
I remember just seeing statistics or just a video of like something happened in a store and it's just his face on it.
Right. Well, fuck, man. I'm going to go ahead and wind down. I pretty much covered what I wanted to cover. We're getting ready to wind down, Angel.
Some real TikTok intellectualism.
Sorry for coming in at the last moment there, but I just want to come and say you're a great guy there, Angry Snowman. Obviously, I love and respect you, and we both speak the God's honest truth on everything, but you obviously stand for what you know and believe in, and what is the truth versus for those that perceive it is when it isn't, if you know what I mean. But you are a fantastic guy there, Chuck.
I appreciate it. Thank you, sir. But with that being said, Red, what's your final thoughts, sir? Because I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up and put a bow on it and all that good shit and do all the outro nonsense.
Well, with the bias we saw with that whole TikTok debate, and these opinions we've been trying to formulate on AI, I think it's very useful to view morality or view what's right or view our era from the eyes of another era. So what would the Victorians think about us? What would the Vikings think about us? What would the Sumerians think about us? What would 1950 America think about us? Would it be any different from how we think of them? What makes them any worse than us because we came after them? Questions like this will really start to show you where the biases are. People who think their era is 100% correct usually drive that era off a cliff.
That's an interesting take, and that's actually an interesting thought experiment. I have to agree. I think that maybe those are questions we do need to start asking ourselves is, rather than looking at things as we see them through our eyes, maybe try and start looking at things through the lens of another and see how they might perceive what's going on in what we call modern America or modern society. Would they approve? Would they see progress, or would they see de-evolution of the human species? But
you'd be like, dude, I fought the Siberian tiger for this.
Right.
Well, you all have a great rest of your day there.
You as well. With that being said, I guess I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Hey, Red, I appreciate you coming up and engaging with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, sir. Thanks to Angel for showing up, and thanks to Da Vinci for coming through. Thanks to everybody that was out in the chat. Sugar Baby, thanks for coming through. And she says that was a great point, Red. So
thank you.
Thanks to I'm Your Huckleberry, Cyber Toxin, Green Lord, your boy Roy Boy for coming through. Thanks to Free Zone for coming through. Laughing Dog was here for a grip. Who else did we have up in here? Oh, we had Sage the Highwayman stop by, graced us with his presence. Thank you, sir. We appreciate you. Thanks to the Real Greg Kelly from the Real Greg Kelly Show for coming through. Me and him's going to be doing live together here soon. We just got to get together and get the content together. But me and him's going to be doing one here real soon, just so everybody can enjoy the great conversations me and him have with each other. Thanks to anyone.
Cold facts.
The real cold facts, man. Bring back bring that back from time to time, man. That way people can have the real cold facts. But if I missed you, forgive me. There was a lot of people in the chat today came through. Thanks for everybody's support. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you share the stream. If you want to donate to the diaper fund, the link's always pinned at the top of the chat. Generally, it's in the description box too as well, but it's always pinned at the top of the chat and somewhere posted throughout the chat. All donations are greatly appreciated. With that, I'll talk to you all later, and deuces.
Deuces. And I will be nigger sitting you two until your grandfather returns. Your granddaddy picked me because I am a licensed zoologist. I have studied a variety of wild animals, and the African male is by far the most savagely cunning. This is an opportunity to observe you niggers in your natural habitat and collect data. But be warned, whatever nigger trickery you got up your sleeves does not affect me.